All right, so you got your audio going?
Yes.
Okay, I got my audio going.
I got my audio.
All right,
I guess.
so like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? Hands washed. Let's get ready. So, all right. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the World Ends on Monday podcast. I'm Joel Morris.
I am your other host, Walter Riddle.
What's going on? It's your boy Zay Qess here. I'm the special guest. Do you know?
So I guess you're a guest. Yes.
I am a guest. These niggas don't want to give me my just due.
No,
but I'm a guest.
Wait,
hold on, audience. Have y'all ever seen me?
Wait.
You know when you really know a nigga and then he want to be out like different in front of new people? That's what it is. That's what he's doing right now.
I'm a guest, but these niggas know me and we kick it on the regular, so I'm not a guest, but to y'all, I'm a guest. You know?
Yeah, nah. We qualify you as a guest. He's a guest.
He's family. He's family.
He's a guest. Family is more accurate description. Family is more accurate description.
We here to talk some shit.
For sure, man. For sure. We definitely are here to talk some shit.
All right. All these toilet tissue.
Look, I mean, all I know is
we going back to Africa with it, guys.
So one thing about it is
leave some mud, nigga. Leave some mud.
Taking it back behind the shrub.
One thing I definitely want to say is right now, shit got real in a week. I had already known it was gonna be real, but shit kind of took a hard turn, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
it took a hard
So I think it started with the World Health Organization officially announcing a pandemic.
Yes.
Let me ask y'all a question.
They did that. When is that? March 11th? When did they do that?
Somewhere around there, March 11th.
Yeah.
But did you guys consider a pandemic before you? Did you guys already think it was a pandemic before they announced it?
Well, yeah, I think that's mine.
Yeah, that's definitely his. Oh, so y'all niggas brought water for yourselves and not the guest, huh? Oh, y'all niggas ain't shit. You see how they do me?
We a bunch of talking. First off, you are talking niggas, so how you not bring your own water?
That's why I need water. I've been talking.
You are talking.
Thank you. Well, you've been doing extra shit before we started rolling, niggas. So
right?
You might already, your voice might already be shot at this point.
Bro, I've been sipping. Listen.
Man.
But did you guys already consider a pandemic before they told you it was a pandemic?
Yes.
I know what you're trying to get at.
You know what I'm trying to get at.
I know what you're trying to get at. Hold on. You talking?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Why do you think I asked that?
Pull the mic a little closer.
Well, mainly because when it crossed international borders, when it went from when it was on 3 continents, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's a pandemic, and it's not going to be easily contained.
Yeah,
I think for me, Italy shutting down.
That's what
like a country shut down.
Yeah,
I know
that should have been the point for everybody.
I know people say it was Northern Italy mostly.
Yeah,
but
it started with Northern, then the whole country said no, we're going under quarantine.
Exactly.
Italy said, "No, we closed."
Yes, yes. Your flights can't get off here.
Yeah.
We don't care who you was coming to see, your grandma, your mama, fuck all that. Shut it down.
We off.
Yeah, so I mean, NBA shutting down.
Oh, that's when it was.
That made it really.
But they went
real.
after
That's
the
really
WHO.
real.
They went after the WHO announcement. So
Yo, what was really messed up though? I saw a meme. It was I was like, NBA gets shut down, and then it says WNBA. It was like first time.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn, that's dirty.
dang.
Facts though.
Not really. They had
No. What it was
they got shutout seasons before though.
Yeah. I mean,
Nah,
but
but
that's a little different. Like WNBA, I feel like
have they ever shut down
the NBA?
The WNBA. They've never shut down. I think what the meme was, it was like NBA has to play in front of an empty crowd, and then it said, WNBA
yes.
first time.
Damn.
Yeah. Means like being in front of an empty crowd.
Is that a dig?
That's a dig at
WNBA.
I was like,
definitely a dig. Yeah.
that one hurt. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, Facebook gotta relax.
Speaking of which,
So honestly, man, coronavirus, COVID-19, all week.
Yep.
Niggas have been looking up viruses.
Playing pandemic.
Like pandemics, like in terms of just getting a better understanding of shit. And to me, that's the key to this, man. I've been saying all week, we need to find a middle ground between fighting over toilet paper in Walmart and Rudy Gobert.
Who's Rudy Gobert?
The
NBA
dude, the
NBA
NBA
player.
player, who was over there touching
that nigga touching on the mics?
Yes, and his teammates also said that he was in the locker room playing around, getting too close
He was
unnecessarily.
so...
He was just treating it like a joke. He's treating like a joke. And the other night,
take
like,
note of that.
So earlier this week, I was in Chipotle.
Yeah.
And young kid in that joint, they're trying to clean up and do certain things, and he's like rubbing his hands after they're wiping, and they're like, "Stop playing!" Right? And I'm just looking at this nigga like, "Yo, what?" And then as I'm leaving, go by the joint, get my drink. Get the fork and the napkins and shit, and I'm bouncing. And the lady wiping the drink machine down. He come back up next to her while she wiped the drink machine down. He goes, "Oh, this is mad clean. You got this looking mad clean." She's like, "Don't touch it." I look this nigga dead in the face. "Oh, you playing games in this joint, huh?"
Yeah.
Like, yo, like,
yeah.
To me,
people
I'm
ain't
just
taking
like,
it serious.
just find a middle ground, man. Like, we don't need to be apocalypse now.
We'll see. That's like the other end that I saw. I was in Target. What day was it? Was it Wednesday? Some day this week, and it wasn't like empty. You know, there's still people shopping and whatnot. But what I mean, all of the soap, all of the water, all of the toilet tissue, all of the paper towels, gone.
Yes.
You know, and Target had to make signs saying, "We understand, you know, the crisis that's going on in America. You can only limit your purchases to 4 per item." So, you know, like, but then you know, and I respect that too. You know, but it's like that's the other spectrum of it. You know, it's like people that have zero idea what the hell is going on, and they're just like, you know what? Let's just buy everything, and then go from there.
No, but here's the thing. With some of the people that we kind of have to not like look at the people that like got an early start on this as like, or the people that are like really stocking up. We can't look at them as like, oh my God, this is mass hysteria. Those people are actually really smart. They're really smart. Let me break down why. Because at the end of the day, while everybody else was taking this as a joke, not preparing, they saw what this was. They were like, some of these people, I think it's people that really went through 2008's crash. And they already knew when the markets crash and things are bad, this happens. So they said, oh, last time I got fucked over. Yeah. This time I'm getting a jump on it. Yeah. So my family doesn't have to be without toilet paper. Yeah. You know what I mean? So a lot of us, we're ignorant to that. So we're pointing to, but man, my cousin called me today. I've been telling him, he on the West Coast in LA. Yeah. I've been telling him, like, bro, like, take this shit serious. We were all supposed to take a trip to Puerto Rico, bro.
Oh, yeah, for what? Afro Nation?
Afro Nation.
Yeah.
And I bought the tickets. We were about to go, and then this shit started kicking off. And I was like, bro, I think I'm about to cancel my flight. I'm like, it don't make sense to fly during a pandemic. No. It was like, pandemic? Whoa, you got to relax. Oh, you being hysterical, bro. It's not a pandemic, bro. They're going to get it. Come on, like. And I'm like, bro, like, it's on different continents. This is after Italy quarantine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like, you still not, like, to you, this is still, like, we should travel to Puerto Rico and have a good time while this, come on, you know what I mean? So it's like sometimes people are late to the party, and the people that are the latest to the party are normally the ones ha-haing at other people that are early to the party. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo.
But that's another thing, too. Like, I forgot how early we had reports of this. Like, this was back in, like, mid-February.
Entered my radar.
Early.
Yeah.
December.
Late December.
Wow. What? Yeah, because I remember the first reports in this area being mid-February.
No, it was like literally, I just remember, like, you can look up videos right now about, like, out a month ago. They're already doing videos on YouTube about it. If you look up most videos from, like ASAP Science or stuff like that, their videos like a month old.
ASAP what?
Like, you know, you look up, like, you know how there's different, like, YouTube channels on that focus on science-related things. Oh. Or, like, just current topics.
Okay, you watch those.
So when you look at some of them, the ones that were explaining the viruses and certain things, I was looking at this stuff this week. A lot of this stuff is, like, a month old.
You should have said something.
Like, it's already a month old. And if I think about it, it hit Washington, it hit the United States. It's already been, 3 weeks since that happened?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, I remember late December, you started to hear the murmurs. Murmurs on different things that I follow online and certain things along that nature. And then it goes into a real conversation late January. And, you know, then you starting to hear our media pick it up and start to make reports on it. And then it's like February is kind of doing its own thing. Kobe.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Took
like,
a lot of
that was
so.
Kobe was in February.
Yeah, Kobe was late January, but most of February was just Kobe stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard about this after Kobe.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's like I understood the reasoning for why it wasn't like prevalent in everyone's focus.
For sure. Yeah. And it wasn't here.
And plus,
we
like,
really don't care about shit
until
it's here.
To your friends, though, I think, like, as soon as people, it's funny to me that when they say shit like, "Yo, man, it only kills this age demographic."
Yeah, it's only 1% mortality
rate.
rate.
And it's like millennials are catching the cheap
Talk
plane
about
tickets.
that.
Right.
That's what a lot of people didn't understand.
Yeah,
how they try to focus on the
point.
fact that it's not killing people like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk about the point.
Because I know, like myself, I have family members that have compromised immune systems. Like
I have a compromised immune system.
Yeah, you know, like yourself. You know, my little brother, he was going through surgeries this past year.
Yeah,
you know,
bro,
he's 3 years old. He had some really serious surgeries. So my grandparents, you know, they're older. They're in their 70s. My step grandma, she has a really bad cough. You know, just constant. So I know her respiratory system isn't the
It's
best.
already compromised.
Exactly. So when I see people like, yo, I'm booking flights,
Yeah.
it's really tempting because I can get a flight to California for $80.
My thing is, you can do it if you're willing to come back and just be by yourself.
Exactly. But a lot of people, but think about the people in those areas.
Facts.
You know, like, so it's like, yo, I might go down to Florida, but I don't know who I'm exposing myself to.
Exactly.
You know, and so
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. That part.
Yeah.
It's for
You know.
people that are like really. I gotta stress this point. For the people that are not taking this serious, like really, shame on you. Like, I'm sorry to put it so dramatic.
honestly.
Shame on you.
I completely agree with that.
Because
bro.
it's like what you guys are doing is you're being so selfish. You're thinking about yourself. Yeah, you might be in the target age range where this isn't gonna kill you. That's good.
Yes.
Congratulations. But
My nigga, you
here's the
made
thing. Yeah, my nigga, thank God you made it. But listen,
think you made it.
But listen, the shit sits on you. It sits with you.
Yeah.
You could be,
An
you could have
incubator.
it and be asymptomatic, feel exactly the same as you did yesterday when you didn't have it. But now you're a walking incubator. You just talking. They say
Facts.
you have a 6 feet radius where people with compromised immune systems, people with who are older, who are in the target audience, people whose immune system has already weakened because they're older. You know what I mean? You're exposing them to your bullshit because you don't want to take it serious. It's just man, we got to grow up, man. Like, I feel like as
completely agree
people,
with you,
we just
bro.
be so ignorant when we don't need to be. Like, there's enough education for people who are experts for a whole country to shut
you know what,
down.
man?
Come
And to
on.
me, and this is not even this, and I realize this, I don't know if it's ignorance or ego.
It's you know what I called
Arrogance,
it? It's
The combination of the both.
arrogantly ignorant. It's how would you
There
call
is an
it?
arrogance to it, though.
It's
It
arrogant.
is, yeah,
It's
there's
arrogant
an arrogance
ignorance.
to
yeah.
That's what it
Facts.
was. I was talking to my
Arrogant
cousin.
ignorance.
That's what I was telling him. I'm
There you
like,
go.
bro, like, you not giving a fuck after a whole country, and they have doctors. They have
Man.
for them to quarantine. That means it's serious.
Bro,
Also-
they're
You know what I'm saying?
having
Like,
life and death decisions to make based on
But
who
the-
gets
who
respirators.
gets to live and
now,
who gets to die?
Now
Come
that's
on, let's
another
be
part of the
real.
conversation that I think I would like for you put into the perspective, even of those people who are just acting like nonchalant because of the age range, is the fact of the reasons why everything is shutting down the way it is and the way people reacting like it is.
Oh, man.
It is primarily because of the stress it will put on the hospital.
Absolutely.
And like healthcare infrastructure of this country.
Anytime you have an infectious disease and it has lasted this long without without a reliable vaccine. Because this thing, it
But this
can
is the
be
thing.
as fast as it
But this is the
wants.
thing.
But if we don't have a vaccine to really remedy it,
So I was told about the process is usually how they make vaccines.
Oh yeah, it's a
right?
long process.
Which means, but not often that, but also the one they choose to give to the public.
exactly.
So it's based on this like data and research that they do because most of these things always come out of China, and they usually always come out of China. So and then they're talking about seasonal flu. It always comes from China. So what they do is they look at the people or the rates of what is infecting people in that specific region, and they say, okay, this might make its way to North America, and they craft their vaccines based on that.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, this started. They said they based on like testing, and I think this is the guy who was on Joe Rogan, Michael Ostermeyer.
Oster.
Yeah. I shared this video on
I
Facebook,
love that interview.
and it was like
The first 15.
Yes.
Hold on, before you finish, if y'all haven't watched that video, go to YouTube, type in Joe Rogan. You probably already in YouTube. Type in Joe Rogan podcast, Michael Osterholm.
Does the Joe Rogan podcast really need a plug, bro?
It does. No, this specific.
No.
Hold
This
on.
nigga said it does.
This
Like that.
specific episode does. For the people who are not taking this serious, please watch the first 15 minutes.
It doesn't matter.
Where he
It doesn't
breaks
matter
down.
though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Those people are already in their mode.
Yes.
Yeah, but you could convince people. My
motivated-
cousin called me
Okay,
today
and
to
that's
tell
what I
me,
meant.
oh, he's seen it.
And this is what I'm trying to get to. I think the convincing comes to trying to make them understand it's not about you possibly
Exactly.
dying. It's about the fact we're going to stress these hospitals and we all catch this right now. It's trying to make sure we all
which
don't
is already
catch it
happening,
right
by the way.
now.
Which is already happening. I got
These are not preventative measures. These are slowing down
the
decreasing
spread.
Measures. Exactly.
Listen, my boy, this girl he's talking to, her aunt works in the hospital of Alexandria Hospital. This is breaking news, by the way. Exclusive. The world ends on Monday. Exclusive. She says that Alexandria Hospital is already quarantined. They haven't made the announcement, but there are 2 patients in there that have it, and like
they have a floor quarantine for them.
Yeah, like they're not letting people in. They're not letting people out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's sleeping at the hospital.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's how serious this is. This is like, let me put it. This is like Resident Evil 4 almost. You know what I mean? Where it's like the shit that you never thought would happen.
The problem,
it's happening.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
The reason why, like you said, it's not panic, not hysteria, right? But maybe people take it serious. We need to make a trailer with The Rock.
Oh yeah, people gonna take it serious. Nah,
Listen,
that's gonna be too
has-
hype. Niggas
he
gonna
has to
love
save
this
us,
shit.
but he has to
Niggas
save
gonna
us.
want a part 2.
He has to
No,
save
no.
us from COVID-19, bro.
If it's not The Rock, like we need Obama to like come back and like, look,
Obama and The Rock. PSA.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, they need a Bad Boys 4 with Obama and The Rock.
A special guest Will Smith come up.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right.
y'all,
right.
wash your hands.
Wash
For
everything.
real.
Wash everything.
Shit real, man. Y'all, if you,
Let's just take it serious, man. Let's just take it serious.
That's step one. Let's take it serious
I
because
still got
it's
to go to work
already
tomorrow,
serious.
but I'm gonna start taking it serious the week after
Hey, listen,
that.
even
I
with
don't
the
think I
work
gotta go
thing,
after that.
here's the fucked up part. Let me put this into perspective. I was talking to my little brother, man. He was giving me like just oh my god, like you know what I mean, irritated that I was like telling him like, yo, you got to take better care of your health. That little bit of weed you got, stop blowing it on weed. I mean, the little bit of bread you got, stop spending it on weed. Stack up, buy medicine, buy food, buy supplies. You got to put your big boy pants on. He's a young dude. All he want to do, he want to spend 40 on an eighth. You know what I mean? This is what people don't get. And when I'm telling him how serious this is, he's like, man, I'm not on no scary shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, listen, what you're not realizing is the side effects of this. It's not so much that the virus is going to kill you. That's actually unlikely, improbable, right? For us, anyways. For us.
I'm about to say niggas.
Well, for some of us in this age range. Again, we're still thinking selfishly where we're like, we feel so confident, like, oh, I'll be safe.
But the thing is,
Some
man,
of us,
a lot of people in our age demographic are sick, bro.
They're that's facts.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people missing parts of their intestine because they had to get surgery or they had to get this done
Facts.
and that done. Like,
but
let's not pretend we're the healthiest group of people.
For those that
Americans.
are healthy and they're thinking of themselves.
America's not the healthiest group of people, though.
Not at all. Not at all. That's why America could be Italy. That's what people are
Yes.
saying. America could be worse than Italy.
Facts, bro.
You know what I
Honestly,
mean?
Well, I mean,
Italy's a little healthier than us.
half the
But,
reason
you know.
why it could be worse is because of the handling of the spread.
Oh, let's not even.
And
We started moving to those
because,
waters.
because we've seen countries like South Korea and what is it, Taiwan?
Yeah.
Like
Vietnam.
Taiwan. No. It was Vietnam.
Vietnam got on it early. I remember reading about Vietnam February 15th.
It was
They quarantined all of their people.
But the
Early.
thing is, like, they have like
They stopped
45 cases. 45 in the entire country.
But they got an early jump on it.
Exactly. South Korea, they have
Technology.
administered 200,000 tests.
Their technology helped them in South Korea.
But
from what
still,
I'm
it's
hearing.
like it is a comparable first world country. You know that we should be able to say like, all right, this is what they're doing. We should be able to do the same thing. But because of the administration, because of the way we have things,
because of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy stopped that.
Just because of how we have things set up, everything's
slow.
piss poor.
Yeah.
Here's the
Everything's
thing,
super
though.
piss poor.
Here's the thing. Some of these countries like Vietnam or Taiwan or South Korea, they're smaller than the U.S. So they could do it because their systems are a little smaller than
just because it's smaller doesn't necessarily mean that we can't implement it. Because we have ways to like
If you just look at their country, like our states.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But states can move faster. That's why certain states, like, look at what's going on in, like,
New York,
like,
Seattle,
they can make
yeah.
certain calls, but on a national level, which
No,
right now,
we can
we
make
need it to be a national
So,
front. We can't
Trump
do these
got
on a
rid
state.
of
the pandemic, yes.
response team that was in the White House.
2 years ago.
So
He did?
Yeah,
Yes.
he literally got rid of it,
Yes.
and this is
So,
the
like,
problem.
we had the infrastructure,
And so along
but
with
he threw it
his
away.
along with his erasure of Obama's legacy, he threw away tools and assets that any White House administration needs.
Yeah.
And
Why?
because the black man was there.
Yeah.
And you got to throw his
Wait,
things
Obama
away.
put together the pandemic?
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Obama
but
It
put
was
together
based
the-
on the Ebola response, bro. This was a team that he
Oh.
designated should stay in working. Like, he didn't say, okay, Ebola gone, let's shut it down. He said, no. Y'all need to keep going.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, I don't know, man, because, like, you can't just think that, like, because we got to think about this 4 years that he's been in office where it's like he's had, like, people in the White House snitching on him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, moles left and right. So he's getting rid of every
the
single
administration
thing.
has been a revolving door.
Yeah,
All
and
makes
he
sense.
literally got rid of it during 2018. So it's like, so I don't know, man, because to me, I get what you're saying, bro. That is a cost of it. And to these countries, like, for instance, South Korea, I learned that they the government mandated that their biggest pharmaceutical companies automatically assist with this testing.
Exactly.
And so I had some people that I know, and they were like, "Oh man, because they're kind of like a semi-communist country." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Fuck out of here with that shit.
No,
like,
At this point, yeah.
They literally just went to the people with the capabilities to do it in their country and said,
Do
the
this.
government's enlisted you to do this.
Yeah.
Which we did to manufacturers during World War II.
Exactly. Like, we can do it.
Which
for
we're
war.
doing now.
We
with
always do
CVS's
it for
and
war.
Thank you.
LabCorps and
Thank you.
it could.
We always do it
Yeah.
for war.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, in America we got this thing of always trying to fight for our rights. Well, we're in America, we're a democracy. I have the right to refuse. Listen, when it's for the greater good of humanity, fuck just America.
Yeah.
When humanity is under a global attack,
Bro, we
have
can't
to
even
say
get
fuck
Americans
our
to
rights.
focus on the other Americans, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So crazy.
And so, like I said, man, I think we're in for like weeks of just, we don't know.
I
Dude,
wouldn't be surprised.
Italy lost 368 people today.
Yeah, and they've been breaking their own record. Before that, it was 200 people in a day. Before that, it was 100. They're topping their record.
300, bro?
368 to be exact.
Son, like,
They
That's a lot of people.
368
okay, and so
people
and
died.
this is
in
what I
one day.
also want to make sure, because I understand the skepticism towards headlines of certain things,
Yeah.
right? Because last night I'm watching the news. I hate watching mainstream media news.
Yeah.
I think I was on like MSNBC. I was on one of these channels, CNN. I think it was CNN, but this dude was just talking to, and he brings in Anthony Fauci, right, the disease
Yeah,
specialist. who's
I like
going
that
around.
guy.
Yeah, and he has him there, and the dude kind of leads in like, yeah, the reason why you're confused by the messaging, he goes for Trump, the administration, and how they've been fucking just fumbling the ball on this, which is fair critique.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Like I said, we need to take it serious. How you think the president need to take it serious? Nigga
Yeah.
said, and we need to be taking it serious. Like, come on, let's get it together. So at the end of the day, he just leads in, and Anthony Fauci's there, and he starts talking to him and stuff. And the whole time he's like, yeah, we need to make sure we're having these cautionary things. And at the bottom of the screen in the bright LED breaking newsletters, it's just flashing 156,000 infected worldwide, 5,600 dead. And it just flashes this every other minute.
What is?
Okay, but to this point, okay, so now when I saw the people that started dying in Virginia, now this is what I want to know, like, and I get it.
What
That's
they say,
that's
three
the
people
thing
died
with
in
this
VA?
disease. The thing with this disease is a compromised immune system is a distracted immune system. Means it's already occupied in your body
something
fighting
else.
something else,
Yep.
right? And so the healthiest immune systems basically respond the quickest. Like, so this virus gets in and starts breaking down red blood cells, and then all of a sudden it just boom. Some healthy immune system just like, I'm on this joint. You might feel like a little weird for 3 days. Just a little weird, maybe a little itch in the throat. That's a really healthy person. But if you have like you said, it was underlying health conditions, it's a bigger issue, right? So that's what I want to know. When we see the totals of these deaths, is it they died from coronavirus or they died with coronavirus?
That's a great question. Look,
It's the same thing like dying with AIDS,
Facts.
because you don't.
That
die
is
from
true.
AIDS.
That is the thing
You
about
die
viruses.
from the
True.
cold.
That is facts.
You die from the
other
flu.
things. That's a great
You
point.
die from other things. So I mean, so I can understand why they would say,
Yeah.
however many thousand people have died,
Yeah.
due to coronavirus.
Exactly.
So
But that's tricky language, because here's the thing. I was watching the press conference from last night, right? There was a lady that was talking about, I don't know which one, maybe it was last night or the night before, They were talking about the new website that they got, right? They got this new website where it's coronavirus.org, right? She was giving a thing talking about how you go there, ask you have symptoms, and then it tells you where to find a drive-through station.
Yeah.
They were talking about this. At the end of the press conference, she said something that was so, like, I was so confused. She goes, they're looking at the numbers from South Korea and the U.S., and, you know, deaths, what's going on, right? And she said something that only 4% of the people that died from this in South Korea died from the coronavirus. The other 96% was other health issues they were dealing with. Mm-hmm. It took me a while to understand what she was saying. Because I'm like, wait, so are you telling me that the news are reporting this wrong? There wasn't 700 people in South Korea that got infected with this? There wasn't. But what she's saying is that point. These people already had other issues they were dealing with, right?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Coronavirus comes, gives their body, like you said, something else to battle while their body's already battling these other health issues these people have. Now coronavirus comes, and it helps distract them. So now they forgot about this thing. So now the body's fighting coronavirus, and now this thing kills them. Yeah. So she's saying that, but it's still because of coronavirus. Yeah. And I felt like it was almost a dangerous thing for her to say that because it makes people are already not, people are going to the club partying. When you say stuff like that, that's the ammo they need to be like, did you hear what she said? Only 4. Boy, I'm drinking it up tonight at that festival. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know what I mean? And I was like, as a health professional, it's so dangerous. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. We are not health professionals.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we're just niggas talking shit.
Probably
if y'all haven't discerned that by now, something wrong with you.
If
you ain't, am I in the frame right now?
Yeah, you are.
All right, you can see me in that joint?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got my glasses on.
I can see it. All right,
cool.
But yeah,
nah, man, look, bro. At the end, like I said, man, I don't know, man.
It's a complicated situation mainly because we don't have a stop to it yet. We don't have a guaranteed stop.
And they're not projecting it anytime soon.
Exactly.
That's the sad part.
So
they're literally telling people, hey, get comfortable in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is going to be
and
the way
that's
of
what
life
I'm
for
saying.
a while.
And this is why I also think is going to be scary about this is a lot of people don't know they got something wrong with them sometimes.
Yes.
And it's also kind of, a lot of people are uninsured still. A lot of people are homeless.
Son.
So when it hits that homeless population in LA or any major city, that they can't get access to any beds or whatever, anything along that nature, you know. And
it probably already has hit the homeless people in LA. The numbers we're seeing, Orange County, San Bernardino, all of those things going on.
And then you got to also be wary of the virus mutating, man.
Yes.
And that's another thing. We haven't even seen that.
That's my biggest concern because
I've heard of that.
I see it going for. Have y'all heard of the video game Last of Us?
Yeah, I have. I didn't play it, but I've heard of it.
It was, but basically it's
some end of the world.
Yeah, you know, but it's our age group that you start with, you know, like so. But it's a spore, you know, and it's a fungus that grows on you, and you know, you start the video game basically like 2018, and then it jumps forward 30 years in the future, and it's just pockets of the world that are spored out. And we can't control it anymore. Oh, shit. Yeah, you know, and so I see our society going towards that. So I'm like, all right, I already know, like, if this is a respiratory thing, it's like, one, it's HEPA filters, you know, like,
they said it can leave scarring in your lungs.
You know what else can leave scarring in your lungs? What do you call this? Oh man, what's that? Sarin gas. Sarin gas can leave.
What is that?
Sarin gas is what do you call it? It's a nerve agent.
Chemical weapon?
Yeah, it's a chemical weapon.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wait, they said this thing could leave scarring in your lungs?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things can. But but your body repairs it. So
yeah. But listen, I want to say something that's kind of, as they say in the news, draconian. Hypothetical situation, right?
Yeah.
I'm the type of nigga, like, I like to prepare for worst case scenario. I'm not going to prepare for midway case scenario. Because if I prepare for the absolute worst, I know I gave it my all. So if it goes there, I'm ready. If it doesn't, I just look stupid. You know what I mean? I'll take looking stupid over not being prepared. So, there we go.
All right.
Good catch. Yo, they got water in this motherfucker? What's in the fridge? They got water in this?
They got like some sodas in there, whatever.
Ain't no waters in there? Is this for the guests or is private shit?
Y'all don't say.
Joel, you should know.
You can check the fridge.
Yeah, let me check.
What's your call? Usually gives me some when he's here. So, man. There's a water in it.
Yep.
You risky with that Corona, then.
But you know the reason why I say I'm a little hopeful because the time period that we're going towards.
I don't think we have any cups.
Yeah,
Let me see if I got a water in my bag or something. Hold that thought, Walt.
Don't worry, I'm just eating my chicken.
You would just randomly have water in your bag?
I might not.
Better in your car or something.
Huh?
Maybe in your car.
There's definitely one in the whip.
Let me get it. Bro, I need some water, bro.
Check the passenger seat.
Alright, is it open or?
Hell no.
I thought yours on the white boy shit. Leave my doors open.
You don't do that sometimes? I used to do that. Bruh, I had this, my first car was a Ford Windstar minivan.
Yeah. Oh, you're recording right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
I used to leave that shit open, man. And like, because it was a broke down minivan. It was like a 98 minivan that I was driving around in 2008. Like, nobody wanted to steal that shit.
Yeah, but didn't you have anything inside you?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, nothing important.
Fair enough.
In fact, half the time I expected to see like a homeless person just sleeping in there.
If you see another one, bring it. If you see two, bring it.
Oh man, that minivan was the best though.
All right. So.
You ever smash in a minivan?
Nah, I don't really like. I tried one time to fuck in a car. Never again.
Man, fucking a car it's weird.
You can do foreplay shit in the whip.
Yes.
Like
definitely.
head, fingering, maybe even get down that joint and start licking the tip, you know? But squeezing some titties.
Man, squeeze some titties. Bruh, but like SUVs, that's what I need to get. Especially like you tint the windows. Like, nah, girl, hop in the back. She be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, nah, get in the back.
I want one of those old school vans.
Like the quote unquote kidnap ones?
Nah, not because that's like not the Scooby Doo type joint. But I mean, like, you remember them old big vans when we was kids who had like
a
multiple
Winnebago?
seats? Really nice interior.
Yeah,
Like, I always wanted to take one of them joints and just go on like a road trip with a shorty and just pick different places in America to fuck.
Yo, facts.
Yeah, I wrote a movie like that actually.
Fuck across America.
Working title. Fuck across America.
Fuck across America, man.
Dang, that should be the movie. That should be a film. This couple just wants to have sex in all 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
That's the movie.
But like, you got to make it so like it's illegal whatever sex act they're doing in whatever state they're doing to show like how absurd the laws are of the land.
Dang, you made it a protest movie? That joint shifted quick. Went from a lighthearted comedy to freedom fighters.
Yo, like, I've been so angry now.
We gonna bust these nuts our way.
Our way or no way.
I feel you, bro. It's like I'm thinking like the thing is like you would have to ramp up the sexual acts in each state.
Oh yeah,
to make it something.
Yeah,
you know?
like what you do in Maine is not what you do in Florida.
Oh, maybe they want to go to each state and have a 3-way in each state.
Yo,
like the girl has like 25 states in which is gonna be a guy and 25 states in which is gonna be a woman.
Yo,
and they just pick and choose it, and like this is the movie.
I like that.
Yeah, this is the movie, and we would literally only show about 15 states they go to.
Yeah, you know, like we show like the little map, you know, just like do
we get through montages.
Exactly, montages. You know,
like that map in the background of a montage playing the clips from them fucking different people.
You know, like,
and it just goes through, and it's just like it's probably gonna get an NC-17 rating.
Oh yeah, you know, like what do you call it? It's like some Zack and Miri make a porno type shit. Like yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's like I think we're going to get a lot of dystopian virus films now.
Yeah, so
it might be a time to get Dead Cells out here again.
A really important part about this with the closures of public events, essentially.
Yes.
A lot of my friends have lost their jobs.
A lot of people I know, they're freelancers.
Yeah, you know, a lot of freelancers.
Chris is probably real free right now.
Yeah.
That guy hit him up. He probably ain't got shit to do.
Like,
he's supposed to go somewhere on the 9th.
Like Sue, I know she got her shit canceled.
Everything's been canceled.
Yeah.
Like,
no, like
everything's been canceled. Like
artists and freelancers. Like
TV productions are shut down. Everything's shut down.
Yeah. Listen, are we recording? Let's get back in.
We're still.
Let me say what I wanted to say. I got a question for you guys. All right. With Italy, right? What's going on in Italy?
Yeah.
That's worst case scenario.
Facts.
Okay. Let's say in the news they call it draconian times. Let's say we have to go to draconian times, right?
Fuck that. We murdering somebody.
But what that means is all stores are closed nationally. All stores, non-essentials. The only things that are open are groceries and pharmacies. That's what's going on in Italy. Might get worse. Who knows?
Yeah.
Groceries in Italy, groceries and pharmacies are the only things opened. To go anywhere, you have to call in and say, "Hey, my name," and I'm going. Who knows? I don't know how it works, but maybe you need permission to even go outside. Everybody masks.
I think only health professionals,
first
responders are probably allowed to leave. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even they gotta know where they're going. It's not like free to just roam around.
Yeah.
You know
they gotta be. Their movements must be tracked.
Exactly. Let's say that happens. Food might become a scarcity.
Yeah.
Right? No people working fields.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just imagine this. No people working fields. Food becomes a scarcity. You have to order all your foods. They might allow groceries to do delivery, right? Harris Teeter, I know, has that like delivery app, right?
Yeah.
But you have no money. How are you? Your job's closed. You know what I mean? How are you doing this?
And that is the kicker in this country, because Italy, they were like, all right, we are suspending payments.
Yeah.
For
60
mortgages.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I
think they would do that here too.
I think they just passed some relief package.
Yeah.
For some people.
For mortgages.
I'm pretty sure it's for rich people, but
yeah, it's.
Yeah, but still, they know they're gonna have to do that. They cannot that would be ridiculous.
Honestly, to this point,
yeah,
I've seen some people stepping forward who have more to help people.
I think that's
I think it's very noble.
Yeah.
Now, I think this situation is going to very much highlight. And I think this year in general should highlight for us the oligarchy.
Yeah.
And what that really means in this country. Because essentially what you're talking about is a time in which the people with the most will have the opportunity to do the most, as they already have. And people with the least will have even less because of
they'll have
constraints placed on the system by this virus
in
the response to the virus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm willing to 100% believe at some point the difference between Italy and these other countries is you have like what? Is it 2 guns for every American?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay. So first and foremost, like, we care about monies too much to shut everything down. There's always gonna be some motherfucker with his shit open. And I think we're gonna see that thing that you're talking about, that situation, get worse here before people even start to respond like that.
Facts.
And it was a shame because I think that I don't know what Italy's going through right now. I can't possibly imagine it.
Yeah,
we got whole neighborhoods singing in unison,
from their apartments.
Yeah, exactly. So people are cooped up, but you also know that people are willing to understand. Exactly, like they understand their fellow, they understand their neighbor.
This is I think this type of time, it helps people, especially in America. We're so separate. We're so for ourselves. We're so that group of people. Oh, you white man have the black man, the Mexican, like. We're so like that. And I think this is going to be a time where it humbles us and be like, oh, we're humans. And it's bigger than our stupid little beefs.
Everybody
It's
fucking
bigger than
sucks.
that. Everybody plays a part, and everybody has to come together.
This is why we run into issue at the end of the day, because okay, I think was it you? I think maybe Chris, but I talked about this last week. There was an article that was shared, and it said, "I don't know how to explain to you that you should care about other people."
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, I think we're going to see that very ugly side that Trump represents about certain people's personalities in this country take center stage in some lanes. And what I mean by that is, when you see stuff like, okay, Zion Williamson, the rookies for the Pelicans, donates towards the workers, but the guy who owns the team hasn't stepped forward to say what he's doing yet. And Zion's still in a rookie contract. So you have the magnanimous heart of a Zion Williamson, but do you have a Scrooge-like humbug motherfucker running the whole thing? In their mind, and their NBA owner, he's probably like, I'm already losing money by shutting down. That's my favorite.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Hold on. But we got to be careful to not, like, condemn people who are not in support.
But to your point, what we're talking about is that human spirit manifesting itself, and us finding that we're also, like, still very much the same people on the same planet. Yeah, we could all go out. We could all go out like Kobe.
For
like,
sure.
You know, Kobe was rich as fuck, and he went out like
ain't no
nobody.
Special
exactly.
That
showed us that.
Death doesn't see race.
That showed us that.
Doesn't
people went out there for Kobe's memorial, bro.
Yeah,
like Kobe's memorial, right? That was this feeling overwhelmed us with Kobe's death. This is the thing you're talking about. That human spirit, that human condition. That we all love this dude for one thing, his greatness and what he personified as an athlete and player, right? But what I'm talking about is we also have to address the individuals who will know all these things and then still say shit like, yo, so I'm about to get these tickets to Puerto Rico, bro. Like, fuck you talking about.
But that's a massive magnifying glass that we need to, you know, just hold onto those individuals, because if we don't, then it's going to continue to
I think we have to stop doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we should do the magnifying.
We don't. It's too late. I've given up. I gave up a long time ago on that.
No, but situations like this is what fixes the problem.
No, I think people with that.
No, I don't think this is.
I think people with that kindness.
No, but it's gonna turn some of these people that are so for themselves to be like,
nah. Unless
some people,
unless somebody that's literally immediately connected to them is affected by this.
Yeah,
that is the only way.
And it's gonna happen.
No, not necessarily.
It's gonna happen.
When
you look at the numbers,
let's just say, you know, if I get affected, all right, you're like, damn, Walt got affected, all right, that's some shit, all right, but it might hit a little different if your brother got affected,
for sure. Yes. But what I'm saying is, with the numbers looking so crazy, right, it's gonna affect people. Not as in like they're gonna know somebody that dies, but a lot of these celebrities have mothers with a health condition.
But the thing is, we have these things already. School shootings.
Yes.
Yeah, but how many celebrities had a child in the school?
But how many Americans have been affected by mass shootings?
Exactly.
Yeah, but again, it has to hit home.
But it's
how many times have we seen things like, damn, that sucks?
It's not
cancer.
It's not even about celebrity.
Cancer hits home, and some people make donations.
It's not even about celebrity, though. It's about those. It's about those with the ability. Yeah. That's the real problem at it, because if you have the ability and you're just sitting back and everybody else is struggling, like if we're swimming, if we're in a boat and you got 10 people in the boat and 8 people are rowing, right? It's not going to be as great as it could be if all 10 people. Exactly, you know. So you're looking at.
But I don't know if that's even possible.
No, that's
unrealistic.
That.
That's unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way you can have 100%. All 10 of 10. We gotta acknowledge that's just the balance of life.
I agree.
My like anarchist ass are like, just murder the other 2 people and throw them off the boat.
See, that's wrong. But here's the thing: you would be in balance for thinking, because here's one thing I had to, because I used to want that. I wanted utopia. Right? Utopia is kind of like
like when things
doesn't
exist.
Bad,
it doesn't exist.
It's like when
there's no such thing as perfect in this world.
No. Things aren't going to be perfect. I understand.
But perfect would be everybody coming together and saying,
yes. But it's like
when
things are bad, it's like, all right, you know, because that owner, he could be like, hey, you know what, Zion, shut up. Like, and not say anything to anybody, but he could just be like, Zion, shut up, keep your money. All right? And then just, you know,
step up and do the right thing.
Exactly. Yeah. You know? We don't have to know about that, but he could do that. We don't have to know.
But also, it doesn't have to be reported. It doesn't have to hit me.
I do want to say,
he could have already done it, and I don't know.
Exactly. But I do want to say this. I do want to say this, because a lot of times this is what I realized. Like, just studying these people with ultra wealth, right? What we don't realize, sometimes we condemn these people for being so wealthy. You know, these people, even though they're not stepping up in times, they're doing way more than we are on day-to-day basis. Think about the people they employ, right? For one, alone, these mega people that are so corrupt, even Trump, people hate. He employs a lot of people.
This conversation is not about condemning the Scrooge oligarchies, because at the end of the day, I always say America, in comparison to most of the world, is wealthy.
Yeah,
I'm wealthy compared to probably a good 50%
poverty
of this
here
fucking
is
whole
different than
country.
poverty in West Africa.
I'm pretty sure I probably have more than.
I was born. I saw it, and I know friends that are like,
I know I probably have.
And I'm like, bro,
I probably have more than 25% of this population, and probably have more than 60% of the world's population.
Yeah.
So that's just
crazy
a fact.
numbers,
and I'm broke as shit.
Yeah.
It is but if you know you have that, all right, and you're just like, all right, somebody else, if some random kid is like, yo, I'm trying to get some help, learning how to do a video, like, I don't know, like, where should I start with cameras? Where should I start with this and whatnot? Your knowledge base, you can be like, hey, you know what? Boom, start here. All right, go from that, because you have that mindset, and you have that knowledge to help out. All right, that's what you can give. You can't give monetarily, but you can give knowledge.
Exactly.
Right? But that person that does have the wealth, like, all right, yes, they might employ 100,000 people. They might have all these other mandates that they provide.
Giving away donations because it's a tax write-off.
But that's the thing.
I don't even care about the tax write-off issue. It's the action.
But
the action is still noble.
But they still do it. Whether or not it comes from a good place or it's just a tax write-off, they do it.
It's like the creator of the polio vaccine, right? They didn't patent his vaccine so that everybody could get it, and everybody can use it, and everybody could replicate it. It's that mentality.
Yeah, like what Elon Musk did, where he let go his patent. I definitely I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
But I think like everything in life, it's a balance.
It's a balance.
Exactly. But this is one of those balance moments where it's like, all right, we see things that are starting to get really bad.
Yeah,
right?
This time it should be, I know what you mean. It should be unanimous, where it's like there's no longer need
back
for
when,
balance.
R.I.P. to Kobe, but back then, all right, when it really wasn't popping off, I'm not expecting, some nigga to just be like, oh, here's bonuses
It's
everybody.
20,000.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, even
but the time warrants it.
Exactly.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Time and place.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, we don't know what these people are doing. You know what I mean?
I mean, that is true, and that's the other
caveat. We still are in the
caveat.
dark because, there's things.
That's why I'm
there are
holding my
people,
hand back.
That's why, you know what I mean? And that's why I say we can't condemn. That's the only reason I say we can't condemn, because I've been notorious for that.
I don't think it's a condemnation.
No, there are people that condemn. There are people that condemn them, like, fuck the rich. In times like this, all the rich should come. I see it on my feed.
But this is the thing about it. I brought it up, the Zion Williams situation, because you go to the comment section, people saying to the Pelicans owner, where you at? Put the little eye emojis, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
that's not condemnation to me. That's a question.
That's a question.
And you could be like, I'm not, fuck that. I'm Joel Osteen's church closed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I open it once y'all put that heat on my neck. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, like, to me,
the heat
like
is warranted. It's good to ask those questions.
To me, the action that is beneficial to the whole, we can understand and say, some people will do it for a tax write-off.
Yes.
Some people will do it for just to feel good in their heart.
Yeah.
Or their mom will die.
But
and
the reason we gave you the
shit.
tax write-off is so you do it. And at the end of the day, if a tax write-off is the equivalent to me getting in the comment section and roasting a motherfucker with $1 billion, I don't know who they are, but I'm wondering why this dude on a rookie contract, this brother is coming out of his pocket. Now, he can still want to do that. That's his generosity. That's his spirit. That's his energy. But what I am going to do is I'm going to say, okay,
where you at though?
Like, to me, and like I said, it's a presentation thing, because I know the Pelicans got a community organization like all NBA teams
with the money, with the bag.
Exactly. Yeah. So to me, what was that going to look like? And it was something maybe already in the works, maybe already in the plans. But then you talk about the quarantine situation. You can't get a lot of people in contact with each other. We can't do a food drive. That's people meeting up.
Exactly.
So the confines of this virus may make it that, but you can slide people a little something. You already got their bank account numbers, Yank. You already pay them. You can hit them with.
But they might be. Not everybody has made an announcement.
I completely
so that
agree.
Pelicans owner probably is doing that. Nobody's probably covering. Some people move in silence.
But I'm not mad if the Zion Williamson questioning makes him make the announcement.
Yes. Yeah.
But
she gotta be like, I've already been doing this. Here go the
receipts. It is a Schrodinger's cat of whether or not they are, because they right now they are simultaneously helping and not helping.
Facts.
Yeah. So
like I said, we can't. Like I said, they do a lot of things already. Like we like them just losing revenue on these games, not putting people in these crowds together.
Exactly. They're
is
doing
their contribution.
That part. Boom.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Agree.
We got to have. The only reason I say, you know what I mean? I guess we got to err on the side of caution because a lot of times in moments of like tragedy, we're waiting for Superman, and we think Superman looks like that Pelicans owner. We think Superman looks like the mayor of. But when you're running these, listen, I'm somebody that has a business, and in this, my business ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the most I'll have.
It's yours though.
It's mine's, but most I'll have employee-wise is maybe 2 people. Do you know how fucking complicated it is managing 2 people and making sure I'm providing for them, their needs are being met, but I'm getting the things I'm working for.
I think most people would say it's hard to run a business.
It's very hard. So a lot of times, us that are not in those positions where these people are handling massive things. So again, I didn't even think about that until you said it. There are things that we don't know that are contributions. For them to cancel it, they didn't have to do that. The federal government did not say they must.
Adam Silver. Maybe.
Adam Silver's just like, no.
It's not like they was all loving it.
He's the commissioner.
The commissioner.
The commissioner.
But the commissioner, even that, like, he's the head. He could have easily not said that because he's losing money. The organization's there was a group. It wasn't on his. There was a group effort. Most people on the board of the NBA probably said, "I."
It was not a.
You think there's one man that just makes a call on something as big as the
Adam
NBA?
Silver?
He literally said, yes. That's the commissioner.
Absolutely.
That's what a commissioner is.
The commissioner is like.
Responsibility.
That's what a commissioner is. He corresponds with.
But he doesn't
owners.
answer to nobody.
No.
No,
he's
he was.
the top.
He literally told his whole story on Inside the NBA. He literally told the whole story on Inside the NBA. He said they had just left a meeting about what they would do about the crowds because they were not going to play in front of people at first. Then, as he was on his way home, the news broke about Rudy Gobert. He just said, let's postpone the game. And then he eventually drew the conclusion once he got on the conference call with a few other people, including some owners, and then said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut it down.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
he got input.
His job is to tell them first.
It is, but yes, he's supposed to gain information so that he can make an informed decision. Yes, but it is his job because if they didn't cancel games at the end of the day, they would have blamed him.
Exactly.
They would have been like, "Where was Adam Silver? Doing it, and where was he during this?"
At the end of the day, though, there's also an onus on them because of the late federal response to this.
Yeah.
Like, once again, it comes back to that leadership thing.
Yes.
They took leadership at certain moments in time. And like I said, I'm always going to commend that. I don't condemn that. I commend that on any level someone chooses to do it, whether or not you choose to take the next couple of days off of your job to make sure that some people in lesser positions than you have food because their kids eat when they go to school and the schools are closed. Like the Currys, like, you know what I'm saying? Them coming together doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
That stuff is always dope and always will be respected. And it's like, it's always be welcome and always be necessary in this country because of capitalism. So at the end of the day, I just don't think that there's just enough of an animus heart in a lot of people where I have to go for the people that go for them. Like, if you want to condemn somebody because you don't feel like they're doing enough and they have the ability to do more, I'm not mad at you. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about just like someone has that part of them that I remember someone came because they I remember when there was a Nazi on the street, right? And this dude punched the Nazi. Yeah. And I posted it. And I was like, yeah, man, okay, cool. I'm like this dude hitting the Nazi, right? Right. And this dude jumped up there and said, yo, man, we can't condone this, man. This is still violence. This is violence, and more violence begets violence, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And then he said, go read the Bible, and threw some shit at me, right? And then I'm just like, all right, cool. So a part of me, and then I really thought about it. I said, okay, cool. Then I realized, you know what, man? I'm willing to deal with the ignorance of the person that punched the Nazi. I'm not willing to deal with the Nazi.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the person who punched him and say, yo, bro, that's not the move. That's not the way.
And then that person be like, all right, well, what is?
Exactly.
Because,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can look and see.
Because he's at least doing it in the face of righteousness.
So like I said, they've already shut things down. And then, of course, and maybe to them it's like, yo, we might get back to work soon. I might just got to get these dudes back pay when the joint picks back up. Yeah,
that's probably what
that's what I'm saying,
Here's the thing. I do want to, man.
There's other ways this can go out and work.
Yeah.
I do want to say something.
Nuance.
Even us.
Nuance is the word of 2020.
I do want to say this. This is very important, too. I do want to say for people right now, this is a crisis, economical crisis. The economy is crashing, right? One thing I've heard from a lot of rich people, Ray Dalio.
Sooner or later,
It all comes crashing down.
Remember the videos of the stock market crash in 08?
Actually, I don't even remember that.
The NERD joints?
I don't even remember the.
I don't remember the video.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's my
Go
shit.
ahead,
But listen, in a moment of
That might be the title,
deconstruction,
by the way.
in the moment of deconstruction is the best time to construct. When
Facts.
when the establishments are
That's why we're
falling,
shooting this.
yeah, when the establishments are falling, there's going to be a need for things. There's certain businesses that are doing great right now. Believe it or not, even the travel industry.
A
they're
nigga
doing
made $500
great
this
right
week
now.
on selling toilet paper.
$500?
Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy made bank. Do you see?
Yeah,
it?
he
he owns,
500 what?
he owns a
dollars?
store that was selling toiletries and soap.
So
and
yeah,
he's
he
like,
bought a soap
his store
company
sold out.
about a month ago. It might have been more than a month ago, but he bought a soap company very recently.
Smart.
Yeah, and I looked at it. I was just like, all right, I hope it's better than that whatever
The game
investment.
system.
Yeah, the game system, and then the.
Oh, I'm mad. I didn't invest in
It,
Pharrell.
what was it?
Yeah, right?
There were some other like betting website that he partnered with and whatnot. And
Betting website.
yeah, it was it was like some.
Anyways, this is a better investment.
but it's good for him.
Yeah, there are people making
it's
it.
really
So,
good
but
for
even
them.
for the common person, like even we could be doing things. Think of it logically. Let's say worst case scenario, people are quarantined in their homes for years. What remote business
Nigga,
can you
what?
start right now? Let's just worst case scenario. We don't think that's gonna happen, but we don't know how viruses and we've never been in a pandemic. We've never seen how this.
been in
They
one.
say, well,
been a while.
Ebola. I wouldn't consider Ebola.
I think AIDS is a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Was it another
AIDS is a
pandemic?
pandemic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it killed like 80,000 people in the 80s. It killed a lot.
Yeah,
of
but we
people.
weren't in that.
No, but I mean, like,
I don't know if they got the
world.
moved off the pandemic list, though.
But yeah, I don't know. I know the main thing people are comparing this is to the Spanish flu in 1918. That's the main thing I've been hearing.
Based on the numbers.
Based on the numbers. So we've never,
Catching
let me say
bodies.
this, we've never been in a situation like this in terms of the sheer scale of it.
Not at all.
So we know this may be a long term. So I really want to tell people, you know what I mean? As a hustler myself, I see an opportunity here. If you could come up with a business that you could do remotely, think of it, because I guarantee you, give it a month, your job is probably gonna close.
I'm gonna do porn.
Hey, even if it's porn, what do you call that?
Pornhub account going?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
My
what is that?
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans?
Yep.
People are making money off that.
Already
Hey,
know,
listen,
already know.
entertainment's gonna be a thing.
By the
but-
way,
yeah.
to your point, bro, can I give a shout out to all the Instagram models out here
facts.
who've been posting booty pics and
Oh,
selfies
yeah.
all
Shout
week,
out to y'all. Y'all
like
are
the
real
world
MVPs.
ain't ending.
Facts.
I got respect.
It's still
for them,
Faf
bro.
Nation out here.
No matter what is going on in the world, their feed is just them and they body.
Hey, people are gonna be fapping more.
I
because of
respect
this.
it.
Like,
I respect
niggas
it. But
staying
then I
home,
also saw, and I also feel bad for the girls who didn't save enough of their pics from that one time they went on that one trip.
Yeah, that one
so they
trip.
can repost it later on at the different angles that was taken at the time.
Nah, but
So
they're
it
gonna
looks
get
like-
shit for that. They're like, bitch, you traveling to San Juan
They
during
think we don't
that?
know, but they can't travel no more.
So you don't want to post some travel pics, but post you.
To
in
all
the
you
house
girls,
with
to all the
you know what I
girls
mean,
that
with the
saved up
thirst
properly,
trap.
saved all your pics up properly, then post them all at the same time because it was one photo shoot, and went to the photo shoot with different outfits, so we don't know
Smart.
that it's this
You
same photo
smart.
shoot, but the different day.
You smart.
You do your thing.
You smart, and you loyal. You loyal
Yes.
to being a.
They made
whatever
me.
You are.
They calm me down. When I'm going through the feed on Instagram and I'm seeing all this world news and I'm seeing all these problems flash by, but lo and behold, she still got the fat ass pic
Facts.
for me, and she don't care. Her caption has nothing to do with the world.
Nah, she's in her own world.
It's a caption she saved a week ago.
Yeah.
It
I
had
just
it on
want to say,
auto share.
I just want to say that queen is a producer.
Yes,
She's producing her own content,
yes.
and she is making sure that she is making sure every eye can see it.
Yes.
I
People
appreciate
need
you.
entertainment. In times of like depressions, people need a laugh. So influencers, comedic people, things like these, they're very needed.
Facts.
You know?
Oh, you mean us?
Us. And you know what? You know what's funny? I heard a lot of those influencers people, they're being hit by this because they do paid promo.
Oh yeah, they're fucked.
They're fucked. You know what I mean? They're literally going from rich to broke.
Dude, you could literally look at your Instagram feed. America don't understand. Most artists nowadays make money from live
Yeah.
performances.
Yeah.
There's even a comedy festival for the first time that's coming up soon. It's gonna have all these major comedians at it.
In LA.
Yeah, this is a
they might have to cancel that
festival-oriented
because it's gonna be in April.
Yeah.
You know how many festivals have popped up in the last 10 years in this country? Music festivals, Dreamville Fest.
It's gonna be more
Dreamville, Something in the Water.
That's what I'm saying.
Both canceled.
So
Coachella's
the route of
rescheduled.
revenue,
Something in the Water wasn't canceled.
yeah.
Something in the Water's canceled. This
Which
year.
one?
Something
for
in the
this
Water.
year?
Yes, it's canceled this year.
When was it supposed to be this year?
April. The last week.
Anything
April
that's
26th,
happening between April to May, like right now to like May,
till
it's
further
out the
notice,
books, bro.
everything. I really think what's coming next. If I could give a prediction, that's what we need to do. Let's give predictions on what we think is gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things
Because
about
you know
having
what I
a
mean?
podcast.
Yeah, I got that thing, so you know. It might
No,
come up soon,
Negro Damas in effect.
Yeah.
Negro Damas section. Negro Damas.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Uh-huh.
listen. All right, so let me give my prediction on what I think is gonna happen. I think America will go on a national quarantine. In my opinion, they should have done that early on. Like, I know it's preemptive, but in things like these, when we see how this thing is ravaging countries and continents, you want to be preemptive. I get trying to keep people at bay. Well, maybe not immediately. They should have gave some time, because unfortunately, we know you can't just force things on people quickly. You're gonna have outrage. There are people that are gonna. There are people, even though this. Oh shit, shit's off.
Oh shit.
Damn.
That just happened.
Yeah. Damn man. Why does it do that?
It just does it when you record too much in succession.
That's such a weird feature for like a camera to have. They need to change that though. At this point, they know people record hours upon hours. That's like, I would choose the competitors if the competitors didn't have that. They're losing money because they're not going to
might be
replace.
the size of my
Also,
chip.
but what year is that too? Like
That's what I'm saying. I hope they fix
Before I-
that, because the way people are recording these days, like that's like, I would choose the competitor. That's a big deal. But listen, okay, you need that for your take, right? To re-edit this. No,
This probably won't be edited at all, bro.
Oh, you about to put it up?
Water
All right, so I
break,
just look stupid because I just
I like
clap.
putting all that in there.
I
I like having all of it in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, my prediction is, and I do feel like they should have took a preemptive strike. I feel like even right now, some states already doing this where they're not allowing people to go to bars and all of that.
Yes.
People don't know what's best for them. That's why we need government.
Facts.
Government is here. As much as some of us hate government, it's here to govern, because people cannot self-govern.
People that
That's a
hate the
fact.
government need the government the most, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. The people that really hate, that's facts. That should go on a shirt.
laws
Dumb niggas.
laws are never created.
Better. Let me say that the people who
forced.
need a better government hate
Yeah.
the government the most.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's. Because I have my own
everybody can do
disdain
that.
for it. But
Listen,
I understand.
so
it's
what
fine.
But there are people.
What's your take?
On what?
Oh, hold on. I didn't
You ain't
understand.
finish your take? All right.
This is what I'm saying. I think America is gonna quarantine. I think apartments, homes. Hey, nobody pay rent. You sit in your home. I think food is gonna be catered. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is Andrew Yang's wet dream is gonna come true. The force. I wish he didn't. He's such an idiot for dropping out. I'm sorry, Andrew Yang. I was hoping, because Andrew Yang's such a smart guy. That universal basic income, the thing that Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, the world's leading people that see what's going on with automation, they're smart for pushing that. That's a thing. So, but now you have something that's unforeseen, that's quicker than technology,
that they also all knew was coming.
that they all knew was coming, that's forcing the government to provide these basic functions, such as providing income for people. Except they're not going to do it providing income. They're just going to relief from rent, relief from mortgages, and then on top of that, I think they're going to provide food. You know, they're going to bring people food, or they're going to pay the people that can bring people food. Maybe at this point we get 3 meals a day. Whatever the case is, if it gets to that point, you know what I mean? If the groceries, because I don't
They
know.
would have to implement a test that they could test the food for, because you're talking about
Coronavirus.
contagious, right?
Yeah, no, they're gonna have. Yeah, they're gonna run the
show with the
facilities.
snivels.
Yeah, they're gonna run the facilities. Yeah, medical personnel are gonna be. I don't know. We're gonna see an interesting America, and I think it's gonna last for a few months. In my opinion, I give it 2 to 4 months. I think we're gonna live under this new quarantine lifestyle for 2 to 4 months before it's lifted. That's my prediction. New quarantine lifestyle. Groceries and pharmacies might still be open, or we might see people, rideshare companies such as Uber stepping in, right? Providing food, partnering with Taco Bell, partnering with McDonald's, partnering with the big Fortune 500 food companies that all are gonna, work with the president and all of these people. Hey, we'll come together and put.
At this point, they helping the president because this motherfucker.
Yeah, he need help, boy.
Yeah, he need all the help.
I still think that nigga got coronavirus. I ain't seen him in a minute.
They said the test was negative, but
that nigga lied. That last State of Union he gave, or whatever you call it, that boy was
because that man got seasonal allergies and he know.
I think it's fair.
He out of shape.
I don't have any problems with your prediction. Your prediction sounds solid. I think the quarantine situation will probably last for the next 2 to 4 months.
Time span, I agree.
What I'm going to be very interested in is, like you said, I'm thinking of that monologue from my boy Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. Chaos is a ladder. And this is the selfish American spirit in me. But I'm also like, okay, this might be the time. I might be out of work for a little bit. Yeah. Have some time to myself. Yeah. Got to do some stuff for work, but it's not going to occupy all my time. And I'm like, okay, it's time to lock in, get my director's reel edited, get a lot of the promo
everything
stuff that I want to start
on the
doing.
back burner.
Yeah, shoot some promo stuff for the upcoming
season.
Finish up just these scripts.
Yeah, these podcasts you wanted to do.
Kenny. So at the end of the day, there's going to be plans that will be in place towards the thought of this getting better. I think the point too, do you have a disposition where you feel like it'll get better?
Yeah, for sure.
Or you just feel like it's going to be this downward spiral that just continues.
For sure, it'll get better. People always. That's the one thing about people.
And this
people
is where
are
I'm
resilient.
in conflict with my own feelings on this.
Yeah.
For my predictions, per se, I feel like my personal life and perspective will be getting better because I feel like that's just been a personal journey I'm on for the past 4 to 5 years at this point, maybe 7 years. I feel like that's just been a journey I've been on my personal self. Now, for the whole masses of the people out here, I feel like it's going to get way worse.
Before it gets better, or do you think it's just going to get worse?
That's a given. Everyone's saying that. All professors.
So you think at the end there's light at the tunnel?
But no, this is the thing about it. Wait till those individuals do start to lose loved ones, do start to see the real seriousness of the situation. Everyone doesn't take it and calm because, like you said, we have the foresight to understand it's going to get bad right now. Some people, that's just going to be a reactionary space for them. So, and unfortunately, in this country, you can see at times of really harsh stock market, food shortages, medical shortages, problems in the healthcare, like all those little cracks in our shield, if you will be getting exposed over the next 6 months, 6 to 12 months, most likely.
It's already being exposed.
It is. It's being exposed, and we've been seeing it over the last 4 years because we've seen all the cracks in the justice system, the checks and balances of the government
legislation,
itself.
the entire
None
system.
of this shit is how they taught us it was
Absolutely
in school, bro.
not.
None of this shit works. The 3 branches of government balance. None of this shit.
It's all fucking nepotism at this point,
bro. None of it has made any sense. So at the end of the day,
and even the smoke, win, and hustle and flow was nepotism. Yeah,
facts.
Nepotism is everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at it, but it's just also to the point where I'm just saying, man, we gotta start being honest with ourselves about what we are as a country, bro.
Yes,
and that honesty, the humbling right now we about to get, because
but the
God put America in the corner.
Oh yeah,
pink, pink, 1, 2, 3 pieces.
Wait, are you trying to say America's wilder?
Yeah, and look. So I looked up the video from these wild food markets in China.
Oh, the wet markets,
bro.
It's disgusting.
Go make your prediction. Go ahead.
It's disgusting.
Cause you gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, no, we're gonna be in quarantine for the next 2 to 4 months. But I don't think that we're gonna be in lockdown. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be like Italy. Yeah. I think honestly,
it's gonna be a little more freedom. You think?
Yes, because
freedom for people to go out and just see their friends. Freedom for
if anything, we'll have state borders. You can't cross state lines. I can see that.
It's a lesser version of a national lockdown like that.
Camera just died.
Oh shit.
Oh well, damn.
Yeah.
It looked like the camera got to go. That's it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I honestly think that state borders would just shut down.
I see that.
Just to make sure, because every state exactly. Every state is going to know how to deal with their own population, and if New York comes up with something a lot faster than Connecticut or vice versa, whatever, then those medical professionals would be able to travel across, start handling it, so that it could slowly but surely wave, to a cure. Yeah. But I don't think that. I don't think overall that we're gonna shut down like Italy. Yeah.
Personal infrastructure.
That's a tough one.
Absolutely, yes. And fortunately, Virginia's a really good state. Virginia is a very, very good state.
Even though I want to move, but I'm like, I would retire in Virginia.
I don't really see myself not a bad going, state. Man. I think with the way this place is changing in the next 20 years, I don't think people really see what's coming. None of this shit out here gonna look like this.
Oh, absolutely.
This won't be here at all.
No,
this is
facts.
But
it's gonna be high rises and everything.
But this is because I know
it's gonna be a metropolis.
There's other things I like about other areas. It's not so much about the environment or it's you know what I mean. Other areas, it's weather too.
I think nature's going away here.
You think there won't be
Mid-Atlantic region?
It'll be a huge metropolis, bro.
Mid-Atlantic.
That stretches down from DC all the way to probably about.
No, but weather is still going to be here.
Quantico, maybe
we're still going to get all 4 seasons in Virginia. Not everybody wants to deal with all 4 seasons. I don't know, bro.
Did we get winter this year? It felt like fall.
Huh?
We did not get winter this year.
We got winter, bro.
No,
we had a couple weeks.
It was cold. We didn't get snow, but we got winter, bro. It was cold, bro. Like, it was cold until recently.
No.
It's like fucking March 15th, and it was cold. Like, the other day, I was cold,
The way
bro.
that it is cold, the way that it was
it didn't really stay consistently
last
cold,
year,
cold.
We've had snow in March.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been
We
weird.
haven't had snow all year.
Yeah, I mean,
we had a little flurry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't had snow, but the winter was here, though. Winter was here. I've seen
we can say winter was here, but I don't think it felt like the usual.
It didn't feel like the usual winter. You know what I mean? So we know things are changing, but I think it's still going to take another
cold weeks.
8-10 years.
It's cold days, but
I give it till 2030. In 2030, I think we might run.
Just state borders are going to shut down. But as far as major corporations, if anything, they're going to give their employees masks and gloves so that they don't. There's less of a contraction to themselves because that dollar still needs to be made.
Almighty dollar.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm worried about though? The draconian thing I was talking about is let's just assume because we know masks, respirators, hand sanitizer, certain essential things for fighting this on a ground level are gone because of supply not meeting demand.
People who didn't need them also brought them too.
Yeah, because of supply not meeting demand. Demand is going to stay high.
Oh yeah,
I think. So I'm worried
I ain't
about
seen
food
a can
shortages.
of Lysol in a minute.
Yeah. So I'm worried about food shortages. What happens when food? That's why we need the government, the federal government, to step in and provide food.
The food is going to be one thing. Like people are going to rush, but people are going to rush to buy certain things. Like they're going to buy meats. They're going to buy, maybe canned foods. But they're like, I went to the grocery store today. You know what I saw a bunch of? The Mexican aisle was full.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of Southeast DC. Mexican aisle full, but you know what was all gone? All the chicken. You know what was all gone? All the toilet tissue. So like food, I'm not too worried about because if you tell me like, all right, eat. You have to eat to survive. I'm picking up a tortilla and I'm eating that shit.
Yeah, but this is a bad place to be.
But
no, you have to eat to survive.
But the thing is, like, a lot of people aren't thinking like that.
Has anybody figured out this toilet paper thing yet?
No.
The toilet paper thing is because you're going to be... Here's the thing.
I thought about that angle, bro, but that really don't add up either.
No, because you're going to be stuck in the house.
No, but you can still go to the store.
No. If we get on a national quarantine like Italy, the people that are buying this toilet paper, they're assuming that's going to happen. And they're like, I don't want to be stuck in a house where I have to use a rag because I'm out of toilet paper.
Nigga,
I'm not allowed to leave. Some people don't want that. Some people, they're like, they still want the comfort of using a toilet. Some people don't want to.
Nigga, I'm going to use my hand. And then I'm going to wash my hand.
Yeah, but I think these people, they're planning for that. The toilet paper is because I don't want to have to shit like an animal. I still want my decency.
Let's discuss, though.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah.
It will become the richest man in the world again.
Clearly. He already is.
He already is.
But this situation...
He got it back since his wife left. I think he got that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I
think he got it back. When he gave his wife, he got it back. I think.
Yeah, as soon as that.
Yeah, but I think he's going.
He's gonna.
At the end of the day, right?
This situation has helped.
We're talking about Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's gonna that drone shit.
Yeah, drones
that has
are
to come
about to
soon.
take
Like
off.
even if it's in the beta,
So this is what I'm
to.
trying to tell. This is what I mean when I say this area is going to explode. Like, dude, we're getting to the dystopian urbanization of suburbia in America, man.
Yeah, this is
meaning
not
like look at it this
future
way,
I wanted.
like look at the height of the buildings that are now getting built around here, right? From when you think of where they put up those buildings down when you go down Prince William Parkway, you passing the Chipotle and Chick-fil-A, the buildings right there, those high-rise buildings in front of the Chen Center, the ones that they put up going past when you come down from Ridgefield and you go that way, now you got those high-rise buildings back there. The size of the houses that are going into the cut getting bigger.
Some real deep talk for those that are not in Woodbridge.
Bro, but it's like, but also look at the size of the stuff they're building off Route 1 down this way. Real. So like I said, it's going to get higher. Yeah. And it's going to look more city-like. It's just going to be a huge metropolis. So
it's coming. No, here's the thing. America wants to just
more
be
virus.
a full
Bro,
metropolis.
did you watch the whole interview with that dude on Joe Rogan?
Sure.
Did you see the CWD?
CWD?
The chronic waste disease with the deer?
Oh, when they were talking about the deer illnesses that are out there.
Yeah, bro. And they were talking about it's making a migration out of the deer into the mice, the mice that have comparable DNA with human beings. Yeah. So I'm just like,
what?
Yeah, there's
another
this disease. There's this disease that affects deer. It's called chronic waste disease. It makes them drool saliva. It deteriorates and washes away at their bodies, turning nothing but skin and bones, right? And a lot of hunters in the past have killed these deer that have had this disease and ate it. But right now, the disease, the virus itself, doesn't have the receptors necessary to infect humans. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. But they were talking about on Joe Rogan, like how this disease can slowly migrate like this one did. Yeah. Because that's why I was bringing up those wildlife markets in China, bro, because they're saying they got like chicken here, bats here, and like more chickens at the bottom. And it's like shit. And they walk through and spray antibiotics on the shit. And it's like, bro, this shit is just a festering pool for these viruses. Man. So what they were talking about with this CWD is if this thing ever gets to the point where it can transmit to human beings, how bad that shit would be. So when I started looking at like the way in which things are going to shift, right? We all have, and it's so funny, man. I think a lot of people think technology is going to save us.
It is. It's already saving us.
But a lot of people don't respect the people who make the technology.
It's application. It's always
For instance, application. Andrew Yang should have won everything.
Easily.
Logically.
If you're a logical person, Andrew Yang should have been the candidate.
It's like,
I mean, because what he was proproposing is so
his shit couldn't get to these people scares the fuck out of me. But the thing is,
if
we go back to 2000, Al Gore should have won. Al Gore was telling us about climate change in like 98.
Yeah.
Like I know, I completely agree with you.
So like, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yeah, you know, it's like
we'll still keep chopping it up though.
Those things that could have, should have, would have happened. It's like, those aren't going to matter at that point because we're already past that. You know, but it is the application. That's the thing because one, we have laptops. You know, internet was like, all right, you know, that's cool, and then somebody's like, oh no, I can use my computer to get into your computer, and then someone's like, oh, I can steal information. Yeah, because the person that was like, yo, I can connect my computer to your computer, it's gonna be great, so we can talk and shit. You know, it's like they're thinking from a noble sense, they're thinking from a pure sense. But when you have that one person like, oh, how can I profit off of this? So it doesn't matter like what kind of technology we make. It's always the application that is driving it. Universal basic income. Some Andrew Yang could have implemented it. It would have been great, and then some other president could have been like, all right, that's cool.
Which is why
this is
they couldn't let him get in
do
there.
Taxes now.
Yeah.
You're still going to get your money, but you're also going to pay us.
Yeah. Consumption tax.
And so, like, it...
Look, man, I get it. Yeah. It's like...
It's a crazy
so you got to
time,
bounce, right?
Yeah, I got to bounce. I'm going to leave y'all with this, man. Like, you know what I mean? For if y'all watching this, man, look, it's a scary time. Things are going to get, like the head people of CDC say, things are going to get way worse before they get better.
Oh, yeah.
Plan for worst case scenario. You don't want to be in worst case scenario where, you know what I mean? Just plan accordingly. However, you know, whatever that means to you, plan accordingly. And then also think of ways to make an income remotely. From what we know, this thing can really displace society in a way where it forces society to be a completely remote thing, where we live virtual lives. We live
We're
virtual.
going that way anyway.
It's possible. We were headed that way, but now it's a forced thing. Way better before we anticipated it. So anticipate that you're going to have to live out of your home. You're not going to have human interaction. So if the people that are in your home, you're going to have to be very comfortable with them. Whoever's not in your home yet, hey, maybe move in. Maybe right now, maybe you're living by yourself. Maybe, are you comfortable by yourself? Maybe you should make plans to move back in with your mom or dad. Or, you know what I mean? You don't want to be alone in a time like, you know what I mean, where human interaction is going to literally be limited. So
that's a sad thing because these older people, they like want people to visit them the most.
Exactly.
And you can't visit them.
But at least they have each other. I'd rather people not visit them. They're bringing
They
shit.
don't have each other though.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about you talking about nursing homes?
Sick. Yeah, you got a quarantine. You got
No, but like there are nursing homes where there's nobody that has it, and they're keeping people out. Thank God for that. Some nursing homes stopped visits.
If you're smart, you would be quarantining them in their own rooms. Like, why would you be letting them interact with each other?
Because they won't have it. If they haven't had it yet, they haven't had exposure. Because nursing homes, it's people coming in. You don't have to worry about people leaving out.
Regardless, not everybody in nursing homes bang with each other.
Yeah.
So
but still, at least you're not dying alone. You know what I mean?
You in there when you got a lot of people in there who will really remember when you was a nigga.
Facts. Nah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Hand off my biscuits.
I remember having a boy like you before.
Man.
Yeah, man, I gotta go, man.
All right, yo.
We
Peace, man. Stay safe out there, yo. Zay Qess, thanks for coming through.
Yo, y'all be safe, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Man.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe.
So we can move his mic over there. So that we just get the feed.
That
you can
is
just save your
true.
joint for right now. We should talk about a few other things. We wrap it up.
Oh yeah, but this Corona thing, it is.
Yeah.
It's eye
Did
opening.
you kill that?
Nah, I ain't killing it. It's still going.
Yeah. No, it's eye opening.
Yeah, it's massively eye opening because
Massively eye opening.
yeah, because I mean we see the way our infrastructure is set up. We see our medical system. Like it honestly, I didn't realize that our medical system was honestly so fragile.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was this fragile because one, I see the number of cases and like I understand that there's a ramp up.
It was the numbers of people who flooded the insurance system when Obamacare went into place. So they were like, oh my God. And then it's also the expenses that it rose up. People are like, oh my God, I didn't realize how sick people are in this country.
Yeah.
And then it's like I said, man, it's like for me it's I guess being a part of the healthcare system so much growing up, being sick all the time. Like when I realized this was my privilege. I grew up military.
Oh yeah.
You know, so my hospital visits were covered. And I didn't realize that throughout this whole time when I would be in and out of hospitals like this, that some kids may have been feeling like me, but didn't have that resource to plug into to try to get help and feel better.
Absolutely.
Now, rarely did I feel better after these hospital visits. So I finally diagnosed with Crohn's and then started to get on medication that assisted me, got older and started changing diets and stuff like that. But my point of this is just like, all this stuff is of course very fragile and very like tempered and it's like, for instance, I think it correlates to the debate stage. They're talking about healthcare all the time. You're not really talking about it unless you understand the crisis it's in.
Yeah.
So for me, I think a lot of this has to do with we don't really understand most of like the information I found out this week was the fact that most of the means to make medical supplies has been outsourced to China. Like the ability to make, pills. Manufacturing pills.
So
like, the pills are mostly generic and they mostly come from China.
Yeah.
And like they don't have any stockpiles of it because they just order. So it's not like in stockpiles, and the companies that are manufacturing here, they're being pushed to their limits because they're being forced to occupy. So for instance, that's why they say China's lying about its numbers most likely.
Yeah.
Is to get that commerce back opened. Because they basically want to be able to just do business. You know?
But from a government standpoint, it's like, how can you look at this system and say like, oh, we're basically eating out every night? That's cool.
Yeah. Killer Mike talks about that all the time.
Yeah, like
that's what he always says. Don't be one of these niggas who's like, fuck the system. He said, y'all niggas use the system every fucking day.
Oh yeah, no, it's like, if anything, it's like, fuck this system. I want to make it better. There's always a comma there. It's not a period.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's like, people are literally saying stuff to me like, yo, man, trust the establishment, bro. That's what you're saying when you say vote for Joe Biden. That's what we're saying. When we say those things, on that line, we're literally saying we see the big puppet strings join.
No, like
and I get it. The alternative is joining the dark side. But it's like I don't know, man. To me, it's like it's very interesting. For instance, right? I wanted to bring this up. I shared it in the podcast group. I don't know if you saw
the video in Ghana.
Yes.
Very
important to me for so many reasons when I watched that fucking video.
Well, I mean, for our viewers, you know, what exactly are we discussing? I'm
talking about, so there's this video that I shared in our group where we talk about these things, and I shared it. It's a video where this woman from CNN, a reporter, goes into a deep dive trying to track down some of these troll farms that the Russians have set up in Africa. And she finds this dude who may have been educated in Russia, he speaks Russian, and they think he might have financial backing by Putin's operatives to basically set up these camps that are basically getting on social media outlets, creating hashtags, creating groups, creating personas to gather followers, and to basically sow the seeds of discord when it comes to things like police brutality, criminal justice reform, and things of that nature. And I saw this report, and it just baffled the fuck out of me. One, I'm to the point where I'm just like, do you blame the trolls or the fact that they got ammo? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you're doing a deep dive into this Ghana dude who's getting people online to tweet at. Basically, he's not lying. He's just manipulating things for his own benefit, which is what you're doing when you tell me Joe Biden's the guy. So I'm kind of torn right now because essentially what he is he's just not CNN.
Yeah, because
that's what he's.
Yeah,
that's how
like
it is at this point.
when I was,
you wouldn't have found a dude who's basically a competitor.
Yeah, and
a competitor of misinformation.
And that is the biggest problem that I have, you know, right now. Because, you know, watching the video, I'm like, I mean, what he's talking about isn't wrong.
No,
like, it's like, I mean, I was like, okay, like I'm with him. Like, all right, you know, don't be a troll, I guess, you know.
Why
but
Botham John is dead?
Like,
the Amber, like, where's the
don't talk too loud. Don't talk too loud.
Where's the correlative of effect of the actual things that are being discussed by the trolls? But you know what I'm saying? Did you do a deep dive into Amber Geiger's history? Did you do a one-on-one? Did you walk down? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's like, but it doesn't matter because that is what we are okay with.
Yeah.
Like, because if you think about it, like, entertainment wise,
you think it was a mistake they sent this blonde-eyed, blue-eyed
man? When she said, she was like, "We are in Accra, Ghana." Hey, shut up. It was just like,
you know when the part where she said, "You Amara," he's like, "You can be whoever you want to be. You can reinvent yourself."
Yo, fact, like,
I'm literally sitting here telling. I'm sitting here like, look, like, I don't know, because to me, I saw that and I was like, okay, so CNN, you're doing an expo, you found them. Congratulations. What are we supposed to do with this?
Shame on you. Slap his hand.
But what are we, the American public, supposed to do with this video?
Oh man,
what am I to learn from this?
We've been lied to yet again, so we should trust what CNN is telling us.
When y'all lie about Bernie, or tell half truths, or don't go in depth conversations and explain the difference between socialism and communism, just start every segment that night. This is communism. This is socialism.
All right, now let's go forward. Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, we have moments in time in every point in American history where we use socialism, bro.
But the thing is, we don't want to think about that. Like, I always think about the what do you call it, like FDR. Yeah. You know, he's just like, yo, like, these are things that we're gonna set up right now. Yes, it might be a little tough, but it's going to help us in the future. Yeah. All right. Every time a president has done that, there's been grumblings, people have complained, but it's just like when your mom's like, yo, go ahead, wash behind your ears when you were younger, and now you become you become older, you're a grown ass man, and then like, all right, let me wash behind my ears, because I've seen other niggas not wash behind their ears and how dirty they look and how like terrible things can get, you know.
Facts, man.
Yeah, so it's like we need that little discipline now so that when we have 10, 15, 20, 75 years later, we are able to still stand up and, you know, be able to be a country.
Yeah. That was the point I was bringing up earlier. And his erasure of Obama's legacy you got rid of things you needed, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you needed
And now
the
he
pandemic
looks
response
dumb.
team. Like,
he doesn't, and him
when he
saying
said, when he was like, you got rid of it, he's like, did I do that? A lot of people get rid of a lot of
exactly.
things.
I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, you, the accountability. When you brought up Dr. Fauci, was that his name?
Yeah, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
When it was him and Dr. Renfield that were in front of Congress, and yes,
yeah,
and Dr. Redfield was like, well, you see, the way our system is set up and whatnot. Dr. Fauci was just like, all right, obviously, I see my colleague wants me to step in for him, so we failed. We can't handle it right now, and that's all we needed to hear.
Yeah,
that is all. Like, just give us the shit straight.
Yeah,
it's like, just give us the shit straight, so that we can plan accordingly. But when you want to start saving your own skin, it's not going to help out. Everything good?
Hold on, Mustafa.
Okay.
He said he left his jacket. Yeah, I'll grab it for you.
All right. Okay. Yeah, but the
coronavirus on the jacket.
Hey, shit. I will pick that up, but it's all over your shit. Damn, my guy. Man. Damn. The level of accountability, it has waned so far, like out of our scope. Like what was that president that said the buck stops here? Whoever was it Hoover? Anyways, it was one of these older white men dead now.
Yeah,
we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have that. Trump could have seen that and ran with it. All right.
Yeah.
But he hasn't seen that.
No.
Biden isn't going to do that.
They said he was more worried about how it made him look for re-election.
And like optics are a lot, but
it's to the message, to the point, right? Okay, so do you remember how all the people on the right were saying that Hurricane Sandy made Obama look presidential right before the 2012 election because he was walking with Governor Chris Christie in New Jersey and looking real presidential and
optics
helpful.
Are everything,
and it made him seem real presidential and regal. Okay, Trump, where you had your shot.
You literally could have been like, hey, you know what?
No, your lack of response to the situation makes you look. If you
Absolutely.
had made a proper response to
That's
it, bro.
it.
Once again, you're asking a dumbass.
That's it. What he could have done, he could have said, all right, you know what? China is, we've had our tit for tat. We've had our, what do you call this? Our trade agreements.
Yes.
But you know what? Xi Jinping, come here. All right, let's see what's going on in your country. Let's start planning now because you guys, we have a lot of connections here. All right. Yeah. He could have gone to Putin like, you know what, Putin, you're my mans. Let's start coming up with the game plan. If he would have even done that, I'm like, at least he trying. Nigga's not even trying.
No. He got golf to play, son. He got golf to play,
come
yo.
on, man.
Yo, these balls ain't gonna smack themselves down the green, yo. Come on, son. I'm working on my backstroke right now.
Absolutely.
Motherfuckers want me to do shit like save them and help. Like I'm the president or something.
They're like, Mr. President?
You know what his believers say? It'll be like, oh, now you want him to be the president?
And it's people like that I'm okay just letting
that corona go to work.
Hey, if it takes its course, it takes its course.
Look, bro, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Yeah. Like, we gonna lose some people.
Oh yeah,
and we gonna lose some loved ones. I'm praying for my uncles, everybody.
Exactly,
everybody I know. I don't want nothing. I don't want no badness to befall anybody ever. However, I'd be lying to you if I said that a part of me was like, I hope Trump got that shit.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I hope he does.
Because I feel like it needs...
Yeah,
car full. Yeah. I got another car. Hold on.
All right, bet. Man, shit's whack out here in these streets, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, man. Shit's going crazy.
Hey, but there's some real good shows to watch.
I was going to talk about some shit. We didn't go see the movie.
Nah. But you know what?
Pandemic reason.
I started watching Parasite, and yeah.
What do you mean started?
I had a shorty over, like, and
fuck all that.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Like,
I don't even know what you talk about. I get mad. Seriously. You telling me about something you started?
I started it. I started it.
You already had me fucked up, bro.
I started.
You know how fucked up that sentence was to me?
Wait, no, I'm gonna finish it.
You talking about the HBO show? You got an episode? You watched an episode of the HBO show? You ain't finished a movie and you started a movie and then finished a movie?
What? Yes. No, wait, you ain't never do that?
Disgust me.
You really?
Yes, bro.
Oh man.
Peeves,
man, nah. But see, that's half the reason why I don't like starting the movie if I can't finish it in one sitting.
When you got booty call over there.
No, there wasn't a booty call. Like it was
the
like
girl, whatever
like,
it is.
It was not. Like, it was.
Movie,
it was just like we there and like, yeah.
I'm just saying, don't start a movie, bro. You gonna have a shorty over there, joint.
Bruh, man, like we were watching it and then we got cozy. You know we get cozy with the shorty, man. Like you can't just abandon her. But I'm a finish it tonight. But I understand why it's the movie.
No,
it is.
no, don't talk about it.
That.
I mean, serious.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Really?
I can't even fathom what you're telling me.
Really? Oh man! All right, fine.
I guess this card aren't gonna work, so we just got audio for the end. But we can wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
How?
Nah.
I'm really fucked up right now, bro. Like I'm really disgusted by this, dog. You
this
started
cinematic masterpiece,
Parasite?
and you
started watching Parasite. Started watching Parasite.
I started watching.
This nigga
Parasite.
said this sentence to me.
Joel.
Started watching. I started watching Parasite. I'm trying to remember your voice, nigga.
Really? It's not. No. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
The way you said it was like you said it like yeah. Of course, I started watching Parasite. Everyone starts watching movies. And
absolutely, and then
before
things
the
happen
ending.
Sometimes. Literally right after this,
you started watching Parasite.
I started watching Parasite.
Why'd you even bring this up?
What?
Seriously, bro. I was in my vibe. I'm really throwing off my game
right
now.
Man.
Serious, dog. Yo, son, man. I think the movie's like an hour and 45 minutes long.
It is not. It's 2 hours.
Okay, it is 2 hours.
It's 2 hours.
2 hour films, but bro,
it's 2 hours. I started watching Parasite. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that.
Really?
I've been Joel Morris.
Oh man, just gonna leave it right there.
I know why the camera not recording.
I mean,
like, the camera can't believe this shit either.
Camera's full. We talked a lot.
I put a new chip in and formatted and it still won't record. So
oh damn!
I don't know what's going on.
Damn. All right, maybe camera really is. You know.
So
shit.
we'll just have the last bit audio like last time. It's all good. So honestly, I don't have many more to talk about. I was going to bring up a conversation, but my brain went dark after what you said. I'm serious. My brain really went dark, bro. Let me see. What was I about to say? Something else I shared in the group thing, I think.
The baby?
Nah. Or Andrew Gillum calling the hotel room.
Yo,
that shit was
that's
extra
a setup.
spicy. It sounds like a setup.
It sounds like a setup, or it's the next Marion Barry.
Facts. Was he in there with a man though?
No.
He was just in with a prostitute.
No, but Andrew,
that's between him and his wife though.
Yeah. But Gillum was in there with his cousin or some shit, right?
They said he was in there with a male escort, a gay male escort.
Really?
Yeah. Gay male escort said, "We've been friends for a while. We've been friends for a while," with the air quotes and shit. So
honestly, I'm not even worried about that. It's just meth shit. I'm like that. That sounds wild.
What?
The meth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The meth. I that seems very, very odd.
Florida baby.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. So at the end of the day, we got Corona out here.
Mm-hmm.
You got no NBA to watch.
Nope. No sports, in fact. They canceled.
Can't hit the theater right now.
NHL, MLB, opening day has been canceled.
All these movies losing money like shit.
AMC said they're selling 50% tickets right now to cut down on to improve social distancing.
Oh, they're selling half the theater? Smart.
Yep.
Smart company.
Yep. See, like that's why I think that state borders will close because I mean we still trying to generate profits because this stock market it's gonna need to recover, and they're like if anything can help with it.
Well,
that's
if
what
you
we're gonna
bail out the banks, then you could bail out the people.
Oh no, because the people are a lot more difficult to bail out. It's a lot of money, and
right?
the way that we have to disperse everything is going to be.
They can get us out of the way with a cool $5 billion.
See that
they get us out of the way with a $5 billion stimulus package. Just break that up.
$5 billion
break that up amongst all the Americans.
Package,
Don't worry about anybody from Mexico getting it. Wow. That's when we talk about implementing stuff like this. The real conversation they want to have is, what if these illegals get it? That's really what they want to say. That's why they don't want to do healthcare, college. They lose the advantage they have for their children. When you start, because think about it, bro. If there's a kid right now who knows no matter how hard he grinds and works his ass off, he will never be able to afford to go to medical school or even get the opportunity to go to an institution that would get him looked at in the right way because he talks different or his education just isn't traditional, but he's still a smart, intuitive person and wants to save people's lives and be a doctor. We have those success stories from those places. We're not going to act like we don't, but we also have a lot of ones that fall through the cracks. So to me, I'm like, if we stop letting people fall through the cracks and letting our people who want to be doctors go be doctors, like, why are we even charging you for this shit?
Well, it's because first and foremost, we need to fix the immigration system. You fix that, and then you'll see everything else start falling into order. Because if, like my dad, it took him 30 damn years in order to become a citizen in the United States. It took my mom 15 years in order to be a citizen.
It's a long time, man.
Like, what's that dude? John Oliver, coming from the UK. He said it took him like 2-3 years in order to be a citizen here. I'm like, if it's taking him 2-3 years in order to be a citizen, then like, what the fuck is going on? You fix that, then it's like, all right, it's not even a competition of whether or not
I don't want to fix that.
Well, then we're going to continue to have the problem. The illegals are still going to come in, and they're still going to work, and they're still going to get this money that you're mad about. Like,
problems, bro.
Like that's it.
They want these problems, bro. And like I said, and it came to bite us in the ass with this virus. Like,
it's going to expose them.
Having all of these failed systems. Like, this is going to hit the criminal justice system because you got prisoners right now.
Oh, yeah.
Who are going to get this.
Jail is going to be interesting.
So like I said, man, to me, I don't know, man. I'm like, the dystopian's on the horizon, but I've been having that feeling for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not even tripping off of this.
So what kind
I think where I am mentally, most people are starting to get there. And
so you think we're going to go back to like sword fighting soon?
Nah. Well, we don't. I don't know how bad it's going to be with the virus itself. Like, I really don't.
That's true.
I feel like all these precautionary measures, we made our predictions earlier about those. But if it does something unexpected, kills someone unexpected, or causes just chaos for the next 12 months, like they said it's going to, over 1 million people estimated that it's going to kill. I think, I don't think you're going to be able to, they might postpone the election, bro. Hard to have primaries and debates because you're putting crowds together. If you're talking about preventative measures, you can't ask people to go and vote. Yeah. That's lines. That's crowds. Yeah.
And then they're damn sure not going to do absentee ballots for everybody.
Fuck no.
No, they're not going to do that.
Exactly. So, this is to their benefit and our detriment on many levels. And I don't know, man. I don't have this. The human spirit is a weird thing, man. I don't invest hope or too much stock in it. You know what I mean by, I can feel like there are more good people in the world than bad, but that doesn't remove the possibility of me being hurt by a bad one.
That's fair.
So the realization of that, and even that subjective good or bad, I think you can define it how you want to define that. I think a lot of people think Trump's a good president. I think he's a bad one. And that's their definition, that's their wheelhouse, that's their perception, that's their freedom in this country to be able to do what they want to do. But you got those people who just go with the flow of things, man, and I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever recover from this fully.
This is our linchpin right here, and
this whole year is, bro.
No, I mean like this moment in particular, because yes, because this is really going to show people, like, because I know I told my parents, I'm like, Bernie was right. You know, like, we need this universal health care so that my grandparents, grandma and grandpa, you, my mom, like, y'all can be safe. Because y'all are calling me saying, like, oh, are you taking your precautions?
The free college, though.
Free college, I'm not even worried about free college. Like, that's
why I'm only worried about it because you get more training doctors. You get more skilled people on the ground.
Like, going forward, but the
I get what you're saying,
you know, stuff. Like the immediate thing right now, because it's something that we have constantly, you know, been arguing this exactly. So why is it that you're going to look at a president that is not even leading his people towards the right steps, and looking at somebody that has a solution? Why aren't you even considering him? So if people don't even realize that this moment.
You see the thing I shared the other day on Facebook from Dave Chappelle?
No, I didn't see that.
But keep going.
No. But if people don't even see this little inkling, like, all right, you know, maybe my thought process isn't correct and I need to start listening to something else, then this is either going to save or destroy Rome right now. This is what it is right now.
2016 election was that, though, bro.
Yeah.
Alternate timeline shift. This is supposed to be. This is the fall of the empire.
Yeah. I don't know where, like, what it
100%.
It started falling, but I feel like we could plateau here if we make the right choice collectively, you know. But
hold on.
All right.
Hello.
Just making phone calls in the middle of the pod.
Yeah, we still here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll grab the jacket. I see it. I'll get it.
You still got him out his jacket?
Yeah, of course.
It's a nice jacket, though.
It's a dope jacket.
Yeah.
I really forgot it.
Yeah, man.
All right, let me see. I wanted to show you this joint. What were you saying? Though, keep going.
We can save ourselves. We can save ourselves, but
So this is the quote from Chappelle. Good and bad is a compass to help. Good and bad is a compass that helps you find a way. A person that only does what's better or worse is the easiest person to control. They are a mouse in a maze that just finds the cheese. But the one who knows about good and bad will realize he's in a maze. And then I wrote, the perfect quote to summarize how I feel about the Democratic Party touting Joe Biden as our savior from Trump.
Yeah.
And then I put all the quotes you hear. He's better than Trump. I just want to beat Trump. We just need to get Trump out of office. I feel like Joe is the only person who can beat Trump.
No, but it's.
And then I said, rise above the maze.
Exactly. It's like, it's not just about beating Trump. It's about becoming a better nation.
Exactly.
Like that's
why I like Yang.
Yeah, you know, like
that's why you liked Elizabeth.
Yes, you know, like it is not just about, you know, oh, you know, like we need to get Trump out of here. All right, then what?
Joe's literal message is, I'm taking us back.
Why go back?
I don't even want to go 4 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even want that.
I want 2 weeks ago.
We were shitty 4 years ago,
yeah.
bro. We were shitty 4 years ago. That's what I'm saying. I don't because his message is essentially make America great again. That's Joe Biden's message.
No,
but he's just thinking of 4 years ago.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, bro.
It wasn't good then.
Yes, bro. And people always talk about this socialism thing. I'm like, first and foremost, bro, let's be realistic. Our ancestors' blood is in the soil of this country for capitalism. It's not our benefit. It's a system. It's a curse. We're cursed with capitalism. We've sacrificed too many lives to ever get rid of it.
Yeah.
It is a curse.
Yeah.
Of this country,
but
it is not. It's
capitalism isn't inherently bad. Just like no government system isn't inherently bad.
But the way this system was crafted.
Oh no, because the moral intention exactly. It is the moral intention behind it.
The sacrificing of lives.
Yeah.
That was given to this system for it to be successful.
Yes.
Successful. We can say this is a successful system. And with success comes
it
benefits.
definitely is. Yeah.
100%. But to not acknowledge that there are sacrifices in this system, you're delusional.
Oh yeah, no, just like it's like it should be a general statement. Black lives built this country. Black lives built this country. It's like, yeah, and nobody should like. Well, you know what? My dad was Irish, and or my dad did this, and like not all black people. But it was like, no. You don't understand. Without the advent of slavery, all right, this country wouldn't be where it is today.
No,
not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close.
It's a conversation we're going to start having. These reparations will get paid.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. To me, I'm like, I don't need Bernie to be behind reparations right now.
No, that's not because there are so many other
he wants to do that will make it better right away.
Yes,
like I don't like, to me, just because he can get his brain there doesn't mean I don't see where he is with a lot of other shit that he beat me to. Yeah. He beat me to a better healthcare system. He beat me to all these other things, and he's older, of course, but it's also like, shit, he could have realized the world needs to be better at 12 and went accordingly from there. Yeah. So to me, I'm just saying, like, I see all the other things that will up plus marks. That's why I never drag Obama for his presidency, because I see all the pluses he did. Yeah. Was he looking out like he should have been looking out for black people? No. But most black people don't do that. So to me, and I get it, that's a byproduct of being in this system. It's not anything against him as a person or individual.
Because when you reach those levels,
you gotta be America's president.
Exactly.
And America's first goal is to make sure niggas don't get shit. Hey, that's America's first goal.
But you know what you got to do? You got to protect the reefs. You got to protect the animals. You know, you got to and so those little things is like, yes, you know, they on a broader sense, because niggas are gonna enjoy that too, bro. You know, so
if this UBI hit and that $1,000 a month. Let's not mistake it.
I had
brothers would have had the biggest come up.
I had an argument with my uncle about that, and like mind you, he's British, right? And so like he lives here now and whatnot. And he was just like, people aren't gonna go for that. I'm like, what are you talking about? If you tell poor people, the poorest people in this country that, hey, we're about to give you $1,000 a month,
and it's because you probably won't have a job in 10 years. Because your skill set.
Which, and you know, when you brought that up, I thought that was really interesting, because I know Obama did try to implement that with the New Jobs Act. Yeah. And then there was like nice little thicket of paper, and nobody read through it. But in the middle of it, he's like, all right, yes, you're going to lose your jobs, but we're just like 2 years from now, there's going to be a provision so that we can start job training you so that you can transition to something else. Yeah. And they were like, nah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Andrew Yang believes that the transition is a fallacy too. Yeah.
Well, at least but try.
But to me, I think his thing, and Andrew, this is why I liked Andrew so much. His thing was, I'm just gonna give you the money. You do what the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, people are irresponsible, but at least you gave them the choice to be irresponsible.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on,
so I can see that.
But you get it again next month. Yeah, you can fuck it up for a month. It'll be that next month.
I mean, yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it.
You can make 12 bad decisions in a year, bro. You can make 12 bad decisions in a year with $1,000 a month and still be better next year.
No, I mean that is true. That is true. That is true. But but also it's like you have to know that you messed up. Like, granted, because I know, like me, if I had that $1,000, I know exactly what I'm doing with it.
I don't know, bro. Yeah. To me, I'm like, look, man, the people that will. Mm-hmm. People that do. Mm-hmm. People that don't. Yeah. I'm really at that point. It's like this Zen moment for me, bro. Yeah. I see this shit going on this week. And I think chaotically, where a lot of people are in their headspace right now, I think I was there in like 2014 with Freddie Gray and Mike Brown, like 2015, all that stuff like that. I was like really fucking taken aback by this shit post Trayvon, just acknowledging and seeing all the cracks in that system and just the abuses taking place. And I was liking it. Did you see Birth of a Nation?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so
with
the Nate Parker joint.
Nate, yes.
Yeah, and there's a scene in that joint where Nat Turner, his master, he knows the word of the Bible. You know, taught it to him at an early age. So now he goes around to other plantations to make sure niggas stay on code, right? Yeah. And that's his job. His job is to go around making sure that he's spitting the Bible to the black people, right? Mm-hmm. As he goes to these plantations, he realizes that other slaves are treated much harsher in different ways, right? He goes to this one plantation where the dude is literally like got the dudes chained up and got their arms and everything, and they're not eating because they want to die. The dude takes this chisel and hammer and knocks out the teeth of the slave so he can force feed a tube or this metal thing in their mouth and then shoves food down his throat, like blood and all that shit, right? And he sees that shit, and they show very graphic in the movie, right? And that shit fucks with him.
Yeah.
Because then he says, oh, shit. And then when he comes back is when he start plotting that revolution on these motherfuckers. And something happens with his own wife and everything.
Yeah.
Personal thing.
Yeah.
But to me, I looked at that as like, oh, that's my phone. That's Philando down on my phone. You know, that's why I likened it to, because he goes around, he travels. I don't have to travel now. The video can hit me. So to me, I realized, oh, every nigga don't got it like I got it on my plantation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fair.
To draw those parallels, like I'm just sitting there like, damn. Like I know I've been pulled over.
Yeah.
I know I've been talked to.
Yeah.
I heard those tones before. But just that didn't happen to me.
Yeah. And that, take it a step further, like I know every time I've been pulled over, it has been a decent conversation. Every single time. And I realized how fortunate in fact, there was one time I was driving with a suspended license in Arlington. All right, got pulled over. Cop, was like, all right,
You have a pretty good tone though about your voice.
Exactly. And
me too. I've gotten he's one of those.
Exactly. Just like, because I realize I'm like,
Glover.
they don't see me as a threat.
You know?
Yeah. But they don't realize that I'll die for a cause. Yeah. And that's the long and short of it. But I realized like, it's terrible, and that's why we get so angry with it. So like when we see 100%. Biden, when we have, alternatives.
Yeah.
Because it would be one thing if nobody ran and Biden said, I'm here.
Yeah.
That would be one thing. Like, anybody else?
Save us from him.
Yeah. But we had literally like 13 other people.
We had great options, bro.
We had really, really good options.
We seen the establishment, bulwark, whittle its way down. Because I get it, man. It's like, dude, I told my parents, I was like, I didn't even ask them who they was voting for. I knew it was going to be Biden. Just knew. I told my sisters Bernie, and Talitha did it Bernie, and I'm not sure Sherelle voted, but she missed that opportunity because she's registered in Richmond. She was up here or whatever. I think she forgot. She's pregnant, so she could get her she's going through stuff.
That is true. Yeah.
But my thing was this. I was like, because I told my mom, I was like, I told you in 2016 to vote for Bernie. I told you Hillary couldn't beat him.
No.
I told you this cracker was going to win. And that's what he did. He won.
And what makes people think that Joe can beat Trump? That's what I want to know. Like what?
Joe is saying, "Make America Great Again," bro.
No, but it's like what qualities does he have to? And my uncle broke it down like this. He said, from being an outsider looking at this country, the only reason why we would vote for Joe is because Joe looks like he can bring everybody together.
Maybe
he said that's
my homeboy at work. My homeboy's Barry at work. He had a good point. He said they want to run Joe because he got the black vote.
No,
statistically,
yeah,
he has the most black support, and they're worried about low voter turnout for us because they know they ain't about to give niggas shit. They can incentivize us with real policies and agendas and things catered towards our community.
You raise the boats for some, you raise the boats for all.
You can specifically put our name in the document and say this is for black people.
Like,
this is 100% for y'all. You could do whatever you want to get us out there. But they're saying, who's the candidate that has their support, whether we give them anything whatsoever? And that is Joe Biden. That's literally, I don't see any other reasoning behind it. Because he literally, when you see how he carries the black vote, they're saying, okay, we'll get all that, and we got all these other scared white people because they just want to get rid of Trump. Because normal to them is 4 years ago. Yeah. Everything was good with them. They didn't give a fuck about this other shit anyway. Yeah. So I get all that. So that's their argument is just he'll pull out the older people. He'll pull out the younger people. He'll pull out the black people. That's all.
Some bullshit.
Without any rhyme or reason, I still don't know why. Charlamagne talks about it every week. We don't know why niggas is supporting Joe Biden. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't given us anything. He hasn't told us anything. But we still there rocking with him. I think it's the Obeezy connection. But
it might be, and because I know I asked one of my cousins why they voted for Biden.
But we haven't asked why Obama hasn't supported him yet.
And super facts, honestly.
Isn't that a great question? If we're going to vote for him because he was Obama vice president, why hasn't Obama said vote for Joe yet?
Yeah. That does. Well, do former presidents do endorsements, Or is that like a thing?
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Or I think they do. Like
I don't know, because I can't remember if what's that dude?
Colin
Bush.
Powell endorsed Obama in 08.
Oh yeah.
No, 2012. He endorsed Obama in 2012, and he was part of Bush's cabinet.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, look, you can endorse who you want to. You're a citizen. He's a citizen. He ain't on the bill no more.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a citizen. He can say what the fuck he want to say. People say I don't want him. He doesn't want to influence the election anyway. I'm like,
please.
We all want to influence the election. Like, I share shit about Bernie, hoping I influence someone to vote for him.
Absolutely. It's like, please, that is exactly what we want.
Just because you got a bigger pool than most people, I'm like...
That's exactly why I want you to influence,
we won't think you clout chasing.
Right. But there was some a dumbass article I saw on The Root saying that Obama's following some porn star. I'm like, okay.
Oh, which one?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Sometimes they turn into porn stars on you, son, so that's not even his fault.
That is true.
But let's keep it real.
I don't think it was one of those.
Is it Lisa Ann?
Nah, shit. Who was it?
Hey, look, I hope he following the joint I'm following.
It was some white woman.
It's got to be a white woman. Most of my favorite porn stars are white girls.
A word?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do that. See, I don't even like porn stars for real. I like they got to be unknowns. I don't want to see no faces.
I want to see Pornhub pages and shit. But this is my thing. It's more like just because, like, I don't know. It's like the sluttiness of it. I don't really like to see black girls acting like that.
A word? Oh man, no. It's like,
every time I see a black woman in a joint, like I still like Roxy Reynolds and stuff, you know, thick joints like that. And like Tina Trump is bad too, but Tiana Trump is pretty cute too. But it's like my thing is, I just do it where I'm just like, I be like, pick up your crown, queen.
Sarah J.
Pick up your crown, queen. Sarah J.
Sarah J.
I'm not mad at her.
That's apparently
a fat ass white woman.
All right.
Yeah.
Niggas, I swear, it was like, but they try to find like the weirdest things in order to catch people up. But it's like it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
It's like they're fishing. Yeah. They're throwing this. Do you care about this? And sometimes we be like, yeah. Sometimes we be like, no.
No, it's like fuck that shit. Like,
and if it's something we should say yeah to a lot, at some point we gonna start saying no.
Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago. If we be real, shit niggas cared about 3 years ago.
It's
not about.
Absolutely not. No, because shit changes. You know, like and like shit evolves. Not even just changes. Like.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I really don't care about the moderates. I don't give a fuck about them. Who the fuck?
Yeah.
You still moderate now? You seen 4 years of everything. You should know everything you need to know about this country by now. And you still moderate? You still don't know what you still don't know what's right or wrong?
Moderate is fear.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Moderate is fear. You are afraid to change.
Fear or just plain tuned out apathy. Pure apathy. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up, man.
Yeah, man. It's
so we gonna end it for the week.
It's been a good pod.
It's been a solid pod. This was filmed on March
15th.
March 15th, Sunday night. Stay corona free out there.
Please.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, all right, so little tidbit. Make sure wash your hands before you leave somewhere. Wash your hands when you enter a new place. Use your hand sanitizer. Change your sheets. All right, because y'all dirty motherfuckers coming in and out of the house and then going straight to bed.
I'll be changing my clothes as soon as I get home.
Change your clothes, change your sheets. Make sure you're taking a shower. If you need to, take 2 showers a day. All right, make sure we're just keeping ourselves clean. Keep yourself clean because you don't know who or what can hold on to this virus, and we want to make sure that we are doing our best to have a herd protection, because the more people that are uninfected are going to make this a lot better in the long run for everybody.
Facts.
Yes.
That's information that's available out there for everybody. Go look up, get healthier, get smarter, because this ain't going to be the first one that comes.
Nah, it's not going to be the last.
We just need to all have a mentality of this is the world we live in now.
Exactly. We are citizens.
We done paroled ourselves to death out here in these streets, Yang. And I don't know if it's going to mean that might be worse in the future, because it might build up immunity to all this shit we using right now to kill it. And you get super bugs coming out.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, this has been the Word on Monday podcast. I've been Joel Morris.
And I have been Walter Riddle.
And thank you for listening.
Peace, peace.